TV Channel 6 and Strata Networks present live high school football coverage in high definition. Made possible by Ashley Regional, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics Services, and the Advisor Group.
Welcome to Ute Stadium here in Vernal, Utah, home of Uintah High School and the Utes, and we've got a big game today. 6-0 Juan Diego and the Soaring Eagle, that's singular, visiting the Utes up here. When they're in the same region, they just kind of decide back and forth every year who's the home team. This year, Uintah gets to show off their new field against one of the best teams in the state.
That'll be a great game, Brian.
Yeah, Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey here, and we're in place of Mark Mason and Brad Nielsen, and we're getting ready for the kick. Juan Diego is going to be kicking to the north to Uintah. Juan Diego today wants to pressure the QB, making bad decisions. They watch some game film, and they see that sometimes our starting quarterback gets a little shaky at times, Adam.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what, it's a tough assignment tonight, playing Juan Diego, one of the best teams in the state. And, we're underway, Brian.
Yeah, we are, to the 24-yard line on the return.
Hunter
Connolly returns it, and it's on the right hash, and Uintah is going to come out and see what they can do against this Juan Diego dominant D.
They are one of the toughest teams in the state, and I'll tell you what, you look at their record 6-0, and they don't just beat people, they dominate. So it's definitely a tough test for the Utes tonight.
And we'd like to thank those watching us at strata.tv live on the web from Salt Lake County. Juan Diego fans who could not make the trip. You're lucky you're in the warmth of your home because it is a chilly day, 39 degrees. So two receivers to the right, a lone back, and a receiver to the left. And we've got quarterback Braxton Kunis ready to call the play. Back to pass, looking left, nothing there, so he's going to do what he does best, and he's going to get his wheels going, but unfortunately Juan Diego collapsed right there.
Very little time to throw on that one, Brian. The pocket collapsed, and he had to step up. Nobody open. Good thing he didn't throw it on that one.
And it changed to Uintah the last year and a half with Cody Reitzel is an up-tempo offense, and Braxton gets them right back on the line, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you won't see them get in the huddle all night. They go right at the line and call the plays in and go from there.
Look at those Juan Diego defenders moving, and Braxton pulls it in, and he's going to try to run it himself, trying to find a lane, but collapsed and sacked upon by a host of Juan Diego defenders.
Absolutely. It looks like they're rushing 4 right now, but they're definitely winning the battle up front. It's tough for the Utes to get open. There's just not a lot of time to throw. He can't step in because the pocket collapsed again, and just nowhere to go on that one.
Yeah, and he really did have nowhere to go. He faked the handoff with trips left, and it looks like they're putting in motion for trips left again right here. Braxton in the pistol is what they call that, kind of a shotgun with a running back directly behind you. Moves left, look for the flood. Now he backs right. He's got a receiver deep if he looks, but he's going to go for the sideline, and he's shoved out. And that's one thing Braxton does is he definitely knows how to use his legs, but he ran out of room right there. And 4th and 10 right off the bat.
Absolutely. It's tough when you don't have time. He's trying to look downfield. They rolled him to the left, which is tough for a right-handed quarterback anyway, and then he broke it back when the pocket collapsed there, and he had to go back to his right. Just no time to look down the field to see if anybody's open.
And I saw Brickman Williams kind of cutting back across the field deep if he would have seen that right away. Juan Diego did see that and was able to cover that. So you end up punting. It's actually 4th and 11 and sights the punter. And back at the 45-yard line is Juan Diego ready to receive. And the punt goes.
Nice punt.
Yeah, it goes deeper. And receiving that is
back
number
to the
22.
35.
Gabrielle tackled right after
nice
he receives
coverage.
it. Gabrielle Colosimo.
Yes. I'm wondering if that's from the sausage, Colosimo sausage.
Maybe. I know they've got a lot of unique names on that Juan Diego squad. 3A football powerhouse. What was it, 3 years in a row? They took a 3A state championship until last year.
Well, and you look at their record from this year, and they've beat 2 teams in 4A from Region 8 that are 1 and 2 in that region. So these guys are good. They dominate our division in 3AA. But I'll tell you what, their preseason games are against tough teams, and they don't stack it with teams that they can easily beat. They go out and play the tough teams in 4A.
Speaking of stack, look at those 3 receivers up top, and the quarterback just keeps it himself, and he's got about 4 yards.
It was interesting looking at their stats before the game, Brian. They don't throw the ball a lot. Very accurate passer. He's thrown for, I believe, 10 touchdowns in his career. But, yeah.
They're trying to set up a little bullet screen up top. You saw the receiver kind of sit back, but the quarterback read it, and he just kept it. This is a different form of option.
Yeah.
Watch the three receivers up top stack. Watch number 4 at the very top. And he may step back for a screen depending on what the quarterback reads.
Yep, there you go. You're perfect. You called it.
But there was a horrible throw by the lefty quarterback, number 9, Steven Nelson.
A little high. Just threw it over his head. It was there. He was open. Our guys recovered pretty quick and came up on it. But after last week in Park City with the halfback pass, a couple of times we got caught. So they're covering that deep ball first before they come up to make sure the guy's going to take it there and run with it.
Now, on that play, boy, they had a vicious wide receiver block on the cornerback there, keeping the cornerback from getting back to the backfield where that receiver was. Let's see what Juan Diego does now. A little pro set with quarterback Nelson under center, tight end on the right, receiver each side, and he keeps himself to roll left. Lefty, a wide open pass into Ute territory to the 38-yard line. That's 47 who caught that pass. Harrison Jones, two of the captains, two of the 4 captains for Juan Diego, connecting right there.
Nice play, read it good. He had time. He rolled to his left, and the guy going deep was covered, and so he checked it down to that guy, and first down, and Utes miss an opportunity to get off the field.
Brendan Ryan just a little late on covering that crossing route. A pro set again. And the same thing now, he rolls right. Tough for a lefty, though, but he sets and he throws in a bad throw. And a little bit further, and that's picked off by Hayden Bunderson.
Yeah, he just didn't quite have his feet set. As he rolled to the right, a little bit tough for a left-handed quarterback to stop and get his feet planted and set that throw. He had him open. He just overthrew it a little bit.
Yeah, and rolling right for a lefty, as you talked about Braxton Kunis rolling left for a righty, is tough, and that pass definitely showed how tough it was. It was way overthrown.
Absolutely.
So Juan Diego trying to have more of an upbeat no-huddle offense, but they sure are taking their time now.
It's kind of surprised me that they've came out passing as much as they have. Normally a running team, they've kind of opened up the playbook here a little bit. They must have seen something on film that they thought they could attack.
And a little option underneath, but the play is whistled dead before it can really get going. The option was fullback coming kind of cross the line, kind of diagonal from right to left instead of the typical option where the fullback just dives. And then the quarterback has the option to roll right and to pitch it to that tailback. That's what they were setting up there, but a timeout called. There's no penalty. A timeout called before that play could get underway. So the coaches saw something they didn't like. And they are now reverting, now that they've shown they want to pass a little bit and open things up, maybe they're reverting back to the run, trying to open that up a little bit.
I kind of wonder if they're not trying to loosen them up a little bit there and then come back with the run. It was interesting. The ref first time called the timeout on Uintah and then went back. It was on Juan Diego, I believe.
Oh, it looks like Uintah got that timeout. No, it was Juan Diego that was charged with the timeout.
The ref signaled first Uintah and then he come back to it was Juan Diego. So
yeah. Hey, the advisor group, financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, or retirement plans, we have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the advisor group, and a great sponsor of VTV Sports. And remember, any of the games we do are live at strata.tv. And we are live on the web right now to replay it on VTV Channel 6 and 706 digital cable. Pro set.
Yep, exactly. Just going to call that. Pro set. Nice tackle there by, looks like, who was that, 52?
One thing to note is Dylan Hanks is not on the defensive side. That's Caden Henderson in the middle.
Covering in the middle tonight.
Dylan Hanks is resting some ailments that he has, trying to make sure that he can play the rest of the season. Nothing too big, but talked with the trainer.
Yeah, we definitely miss him. He's probably the top tackler in the state.
Yep.
He does a fantastic job.
The quarterback dive goes for about 5 yards and trying to draw the defense off sides. And they do flinch a little bit, and they're going to throw a flag on that.
Wow.
Looks like they did cross the neutral zone.
Yeah, it's tough to tell from our angle, but they must have done it.
Yeah, well, we saw at least 3 of them on that line flinch. And so that's an easy way to get a first down. And
those are the kind of plays that drive your defensive coordinator crazy, giving them a first down. You know, this team's good enough when they earn them. You just don't want to give them anything.
Okay, so notice it's an unbalanced line. They have a receiver covering up the tight end, so this is most likely a running play. Quarterback under center. Look how there's just a guard and tackle on the right. Nobody on. So trying to draw him off again with a hard count. That fullback nearly leaning forward for Juan Diego. They're taking forever on that.
Yeah, they were.
Quarterback keeps it again for 5. Nope, he's going for 10. He's almost got the first down.
Nice gain of about 9 yards.
So that's Steven Nelson. You see that unbalanced line, and what they're trying to do is kind of cheat unconventionally. They're covering up their tight end. As you can see right here, they just had more blocking to the left because they did basically have no receiver on the end of line. Now it's
2nd down and 1. We'll see if they take a shot to the end zone here. They got one-on-one coverage on the right-hand side here. And so we'll see if they take a shot or if they just go for the first down.
No, quarterback taking it himself.
Yep.
No, he gave it to the fullback. That was the option
37.
play. And 37 being, that's Chase Williams. He just dives right up the middle. And when you've got an overpowering line, those holes will give you just 3 yards every time. Doesn't matter if you've got an overpowering line like we're seeing from Juan Diego right now.
1st and 10 on the, looks like they're just inside the 15-yard line.
Okay, unbalanced line again. Look for this play to go to the right.
Yeah, they're loading heavy this side.
So that means the tackle on the left-hand side is eligible, too. You can watch for those trick plays. Hard count.
Yeah, they're really trying to jaw the Utes off. They got him once.
There he goes to the left, fullback underneath.
To the left. Oh, nice play.
Well, the advantage
nice
there
run.
is sometimes you get the over pursuit from the defense, too. The defense is probably thinking unbalanced. Let's pursue more to the left. As you can see right here, there's just a hole right there between the defensive end that's going way out wide and the tackle that just goes right up.
Yeah, they did a nice job of opening a hole over there on the left side.
So 1st and goal for Juan Diego, unbalanced with 2 receivers on the right. And a pro set. Hard count.
Still going with that hard count.
And then a dive right up the middle. Let's see if he got it. No signal. He's down. Just barely. Nope, they're touchdown.
Touchdown.
That was 37, Chase Williams. Touchdown, Juan Diego.
Strikes first.
Saw the side judge coming in at first with no signal, like on the 6-inch line, but he gets in there. There's no doubt. His rear end's on that goal line. So to kick the extra point, number 34. No, that's not 34. 84? No, he's 34, but he's not on the roster. So to kick the extra point is the unknown kicker, and it's good.
And it's good.
7-0 Juan Diego early on in the first quarter. This live broadcast on VTV with Brian Baldwin and Adam Massey and the Uintah Utes and Juan Diego Soaring Eagle. We'll be right back after this quick break. Back here at Ute Stadium, here on the campus of Uintah High School, Vernal, Utah. Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey on a night in the 30s. We saw some snowflakes, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some during this game.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything today, didn't we? Well, we had a lot of rain yesterday and a little bit of everything today. Well, that was a great drive by Juan Diego. They took it about, I think it was about 63 yards, I believe.
Yeah, and they used every facet of the game. They used
did.
the hard count. They used running. They used a little bit of passing. That really wasn't that successful, but it opened up the...
If he can cut it back, he's got some room.
Yep, there's Hunter Connolly getting up to about the 26-yard line.
Back.
Not a bad return.
Utes really need to establish something here. They don't want to give the ball back to Juan Diego on a 3-and-out. They really need to come up. You know, we had an opportunity to get off the field last time with Juan Diego on that 3rd down and about 6, and they hit that long pass play. And man, you got to take advantage of those opportunities to get off the field when you can.
74-yard field. Braxton Kunis at quarterback, and Hunter Connolly's in there, kind of at a wing back, and we've got the double wing back with a in the pistol shotgun, a receiver on each side.
Yeah, that's a little different formation.
Braxton spins, and he's got a receiver.
Nice
Hunter's
play.
got the first down and more. Wow, way to deliver a blow. Hunter Connolly.
Man, he did. He lowered his shoulder and hit the DB or the safety. I'm not sure which one it was over there, but that was a nice play.
If you see the replay, and they're showing the replay right now, we do
Number
have snowflakes,
5.
number 1, but you saw all of the Juan Diego linebackers going right, and then almost simultaneously they go left. That was Uintah using the over pursuit to their advantage. You can't do that all night, but there's a few choice times where you can use it.
Yep.
Now in motion, And Braxton keeps it. They're looking to pass tonight.
He's got time.
And he's got a receiver in the
does.
middle, caught and dropped. They're going to call it incomplete because he didn't have the football move, so to speak, or even real good possession. That was Brendan Ryan.
It was a nice play that was set up really well, wide open, and he hit him right on the numbers. Those are tough. You got to make those tough catches, and sometimes it's cold, and sometimes they're tough to make. But those are the difference between first downs and having to punt. So
yeah, and McKay Howard on
here
defense
comes the
there.
snow.
He was, did I call it or what? I should be a weatherman now.
Perfect.
Braxton in the pistol. With Juan Diego on that defense, that was a great hit it was great. It was a great all-around pass. Handoff.
Run to Brendan Ryan.
Yep, Brendan Ryan around the wide
Nice
side
gain.
to around the short side over on the right side for 5 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 5. But Braxton Kunis, that pass 25 yards down the field, right on the button. Watch this tricky stuff. He keeps it, and then you've got Brendan Ryan. This is all to take advantage of Juan Diego's over pursuit. Sometimes when a team is dominant over a team like Juan Diego has been over the Utes, they will usually be a little bit using their athletic advantage over pursuing quite a bit.
This is where you look for something, maybe a little pass over the middle to get that 5 yards and get a quick first down. Nice,
there you go.
Nice.
Swing right. He's got the first down, and
perfect.
He stopped right
nice
there.
Play.
Maybe
exactly
an extra
what
yard.
You want. Don't want to try to get too much. Just throw it out there and let him do. He done quite a bit of it on his own and getting that first down. That was a nice play. Keep the chains moving, and that was Tyson Colton on that play. Very nice.
Yep, and Uintah back up to the line of scrimmage. As soon as that ball's set and the chains are set, they're free to go. So twins on each side, and Braxton in the pistol. Here it comes, back to pass again.
Short pass, quickly.
Didn't want the short pass. Now he's going to see if he can get some of those on his own legs, and he's got maybe 2 yards.
He done a nice job to get out of the pocket and get down the sideline there. He actually had good time. Uintah's had a little bit more time on this drive. He's had a couple of nice passes. That long pass down the field that wasn't complete, he did have time to throw, which is the key. He's an accurate passer, and he can get the ball down the field, but he's got to have time to do it. When that pocket collapses, it doesn't matter who you got back there.
4 hooks on that play. Each receiver went either 5 or 10 yards on a hook.
Yep.
This time 1 wing back and the pistol formation, 2 receivers left, 1 right. And a handoff. Braxton keeps it.
Nice,
and he's
nice play.
Short of the first down, but it makes a very manageable 3rd and 2 as he kept that himself.
Yep. If you can stay out of those 3rd and 10s, those 3rd and 9s, the long downs, and let those guys just pin it back and come after you, that'll definitely help. They can look underneath and try to find Hunter Connolly's coming in the game right now, and maybe look for him on a short pass over the middle to keep those chains moving like they did before.
Yeah, so they're actually calling him down well short of the first down. 3rd and 4 now, but it's still manageable. Your play calling ability is wide open. Double wings, pistol, receiver on each side. Braxton faked the handoff, now throws it deep.
He's got him. He's got him.
And he's down at the 10-yard line. 5.
Woo!
Into the end zone for a touchdown. Hayden Bunderson.
Perfect.
Created the space, and just that hesitation of the quarterback kind of biting on that fake handoff. Left that wide open.
If you look at Juan Diego, they were in a 4-4 defense. They were singled up on the outside, and that gave the opportunity. It was a perfect call. I don't know if Braxton called that when he got up to the line and looked at it, but he had single coverage on the outside, and that's a great opportunity to take that play, especially if you only have 3rd and 4 and there's a chance they're thinking maybe you're just going to go for the first down again.
Well, that ought to give some life to Uintah. 7-7 if this PAT is hit by sights, and you never know what to expect with the conditions now with the snow coming down.
Absolutely. That was a great drive by Uintah. They needed to come back and answer after Juan Diego took the ball right down on their first possession. So that'll get the Utes feeling a little bit better about themselves and keep the momentum.
Watch the bobbled snap, almost bobbled.
He did a good job of getting the ball down.
Brendan Ryan
absolutely
got that snap down after it kind of came into his chest a little bit. But the Utes are on the board, 7-7, first quarter here on VTV and CrossFit Avenue, family and student discounts. Have you ever done CrossFit?
My wife tried it for a while. Old people like us, it's kind of hard. I noticed that the younger ones do really well, but no, I think it's great. I know a lot of people that are doing it, and man, they love it.
Well, they've got a lot of different programs. They've got kind of what do they call it? Like a basics course where you just go there and you learn the different workouts and they tone it down for you. That's what you do, especially when you start.
Yeah.
And older folks, you got to get used to it. But once you get into it, I did it a lot this summer at CrossFit Avenue. And Coulter Christensen was my trainer there at the time. He's no longer there. He got married and moved away. But boy, he was a great trainer. CrossFit Avenue, no matter your fitness level, if you have the desire, they can train you, Adam. They'll do it for you.
And I've talked to a lot of people that are doing it, and they absolutely love it. They think it's great. You're doing different things every day. And so here we go with the kickoff. Nice kick. Put it down to the 5-yard line.
Look at the snow coming down. And, he breaks through a hole, and dangerous, but the Utes do end up tackling him at the 27-yard line. Number 32 for Juan Diego, Cameron Hansen, returning that one, the senior. And, boy, that snow is getting thick.
I'll tell you what, Brian, that's so important for the Utes to come out. Braxton Kunis to get some confidence, especially after that first drive, 3 and out. Juan Diego drives down the field, sticks it in. That's a huge momentum boost for Uintah to be able to take the ball and go right down and score.
Ooh, that ball nearly got stripped. I'd love to see someone poke at that. The quarterback gives it underneath, a quick dive. They're going to that dive. They're not really doing a whole lot of option.
Right.
It's either it almost looks like Juan Diego's calling it a dive or a quarterback keep, because when the quarterback usually keeps it, it's not the fake dive. The quarterback's just following the running back. That was one of those where it was just a straight dive up the middle. And unbalanced to the right. We know that they will go left in this situation, especially with the wide field to the right.
They have. They did down under around the 10-yard line before.
Not so much a hard count, but look at that dive right there by the fullback. It's kind of a stretch dive. I mean, the fullback's really just going through that hole. I mean, he got 15 yards on that.
He did, and he was through there quick, too.
He's going through the 3 or the what do you call it? The 4 hole. Watch how wide this running back goes through the 2 and 4 hole. It's not the typical just straight 2 dive or 0 dive. It's going real wide, and the quarterback is having to stretch out a little bit. And that stretches out the defense a lot, too, because then the quarterback can fake that and just follow that fullback, or he can go even wider. Unbalanced to the left now. And a dive again. Look at that. And 7 yards. So their front 4 has got to close those holes.
I know, watching Juan Diego on film, that was one thing they do like to run the ball. They're very proficient at it. They have a big line. They're very disciplined.
Well, and watch the linemen downfield, especially on that replay. You can see the linemen 10 yards downfield continuing their blocks. They'll not only make initial contact with the defensive linemen, they'll go for the backers and then anticipate going for the safeties too.
And that's exactly where you see those long runs once they get through the initial hole. Their people are doing such a good job downfield that they continue to block.
One receiver to the left, one to the right, tight end to the right, so maybe a passing. Nope, he's going to keep it. Quarterback pitches.
Pitch that time.
And he's out of room.
Well defended by the Utes.
Oh, he may get the first down. No,
he looks like close.
He's about a half yard short. Half yard short, so it's going to be 3rd and a half. Now, the quarterback looked as if he was going to keep it and then pitched it, because 55 right there for the Utes, Tragan Daniels, he was right there to hit that quarterback, which is his responsibility, and then that other backer's got to come up, or the cornerback's got to stop that running back, which did happen. So that's why we do have a 3rd and 1.
Juan Diego right up on the ball again, calling the plays just like the Utes do. They didn't huddle. And this is a tough play for the Utes.
There's the dive that goes cross. That was kind of what do you call it? Just kind of the quarterback's going right, but the fullback's going back left. That's another way. Another reason why they have the pro set is because watch that fullback
they're not
on the right.
Pulling anybody or anything, Brian. It's just straight ahead, man on man. Let's see if our guys are better and bigger than yours, and if we can just push them back and get 3 yards. And that's a really tough situation for the Utes. They're playing a 4-4 there with their defense, or a 4-3 it looks like. And it makes you wonder if down the line the Utes aren't going to have to put more people in the box and just say, hey, if you're going to beat us, we're going to try and put more people in here and plug up some of those holes and make you go at least hopefully stop them and make them pass.
Okay, now I've noticed the defensive tackles. Oh, ball's
out.
Ball's on the ground. Look at that. A first down fumble. Wait, the ball is now been recovered by Juan Diego. I don't know, but Juan Diego recovers and keeps it.
Wow, are you kidding me? The Utes had it. What happened?
Let's see this replay.
Wow.
Look at the space between the tackles. They're going a little bit wider, and 57 for the Utes is making that tackle right away.
Well,
he was down before that
ball
was out.
Yeah, it looks like he was down, and he hit his own lineman's foot, and the ball came out, and Uintah had it. after that, I'm not sure.
And then
there we go.
it just squirts out right there, and then 47 gets it for Juan Diego.
Yeah, he was down.
So a 2nd and 6. It was a good call that it's down, or at least where the fumble was recovered is pretty much the same spot on the field. So the defensive tackle's now moving in a little bit. They're going to, if they keep changing their shade, it looks like he's purposely changing his shade on the count. Now look at that space in between, and they take advantage
just
of that.
like you said, right back up the middle and
Yeah.
got us cheating inside there. And, man, that's a tough play. Man, he had a hole you could have
You could have
taken a
driven
truck
it
through.
Well, you saw the defensive lineman. You'll see on this replay the defensive lineman moves out, and look at that room between the two defensive tackles.
75 pulled over and took the backer out, and there was nothing but space. He never even got hit till he was 20 yards down the field. Hunter Connolly making a nice tackle there.
Well, what can you do? You can pull the linebackers up into those holes and fake some blitzes, but then you just run the risk of them running outside and creating a logjam. The linebackers not able to scrape. 1st and 10 for Juan Diego at the 15 of Uintah as they keep running. And there's that dive.
Oh,
right down, and they only got they got 4.5, 5 yards right there on that play.
only 4.5, 5 yards.
It's a very quick play, Adam.
It's
so quick that once the ball gets in that, I mean, he's getting that ball, and he's almost getting that ball ahead of the line of scrimmage. He's right there. It's not like the shotgun option where you're 5 yards back behind the center.
And it's so hard, like you say, Brian, because it's so quick, and about the only thing you can hope for on a night like this is maybe get in there and knock the ball loose. You've got to be able to get a turnover, because right now that Juan Diego line is just dominating the front line of Uintah.
Okay, right at its 10-yard line, 2nd and 5. Pro set, quarterback to the right. He gives it to the dive, and near first down territory. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 1 again.
Yep.
Now, it's just such a quick dive that, I mean, these plays are over in 2.5 seconds, Adam.
They're just really quick, and but they're popping off 4 or 5 yards every play.
Defensive ends are trying to keep them from going outside, but that creates that hole. If that backer doesn't step up there quick enough, then they're not going to stop it.
And it really hurts us too, and nothing against the players we have, because we've got really good players, but not having our middle linebacker in there is just killing us. When you got somebody that makes 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 tackles a game, and you don't have him, it's a really tough situation.
Okay, 3rd and 1 and 27 seconds. This may be the last play, and the quarterback just takes it right up the middle, and it looks like he's got the score.
I think he got in, it looked like.
Well, a first down at least, and he's down at the 1. So they're marking him down at the 1.
Yep.
But that may be the last play of the first quarter.
That's pretty amazing. You think about that. Uintah had the first drive and went 3 and out, and Juan Diego drove down for a touchdown. We came back with a touchdown, and it's not very often you have a quarter where you each see the ball twice.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the first quarter here at Uintah Youth Stadium. The score 7-7. Uintah hanging right there with the state power. Juan Diego, soaring eagle. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this on VTV.
On your way to the great outdoors, stop by Bigfoot Pro Shop on North Vernal Avenue. We've got you covered. Bigfoot Pro Shop. Just look for the giant fly in the sky.
Tired of fast food type financial planning, benefits, and insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we have specialized teams for financial planning, retirement plans, health benefits, and insurance. That's why we're the big city firm of firms for your local and professional needs.
Welcome back to snowy Uintah Youth Stadium. Brand new turf. This is the third game on this turf. They hosted Union. What else did they host? I already.
Let's see. Oh, Stansbury.
Oh, Stansbury, that's right.
Yep.
And the Utes, that first game, they beat the Union Cougars on a field goal with just over a minute left. Utes hanging right there with state power, 6-0. Juan Diego, the Utes are 2-3 after that win against Union and Green River. The Utes have actually lost 2 games since. And so they're trying to get back on the winning way. 12 minutes on the clock, second quarter. Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey. What do we see from the quarterback? He's probably going to keep it. Watch left right here.
Yep.
Left between that guard and tackle.
Absolutely.
There's the dive, just like I told you.
And he didn't even get touched till he was 5 yards in the end zone.
No, he did. 32, Cameron Hansen with the touchdown for Juan Diego. 13-7 with the extra point pending. First play of the second quarter. I call it. You can't have the guard in the end like that. You've got to mix it up some way.
We're going to Uintah's going to have to make some defensive adjustments, and I'm not sure what you do, but that's why they have defensive coaches. They can hopefully solve those problems.
Yeah, it's easy to sit up here and say what they should do, but
us armchair quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can see sometimes what the problems are, but physicality, sometimes there's only so much you can do about it. So, and you look at our game, Uintah's game is really the passing game, and Juan Diego's a running team. So
yeah, exactly. But the Utes have done well passing.
They absolutely
and they've done
have.
well. So is their playbook wide enough to keep Juan Diego on their toes, or kind of back on their heels a little bit? We'll see, because Uintah's about to get the ball back. First play of the second quarter results in a touchdown for Juan Diego. And this game brought to you by Ashley Regional Medical Center. They provide the most technologically advanced radiology services in northeastern Utah, including the Hawkeye 4 nuclear medicine machine and 64-slice CT scanner. Have you been 64-sliced yet?
I have not.
Neither have I, thank goodness. Ashley Regional has 2 locations, Vernal and Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Clinic offers full services with lab, x-ray, women's health, including OB services. Ashley Regional Medical Center, a great sponsor of VTV and their coverage of local high school sports.
Absolutely.
All right, kicking it off.
Snow's flying. The only thing we need, Brian, we love our new stadium and the new turf, but we need that real grass and some mud, and it'd be perfect.
Or a jumbotron that kind of hangs from all 4 light posts, just right there in the middle.
There you go.
That's what we need. The Delta Center just got a new one. Maybe we can have their old one, or the
Perfect.
Energy Solutions Arena. That ball's on the right side.
Hunter
Good
Connolly.
kick to angle it. Hunter Connolly wants the sideline. He's
he about had it, didn't he?
Just for a second. There's a little scrum on the field too, but like true sportsmen, they just get up and start walking to their sideline. So Hunter, it looked like just for a second he had a split moment on this right-hand side where he thought maybe he could turn that sideline and go straight up. But
sure did.
Great coverage by Juan Diego. Right there, 87.
Yeah, 87. Fought off the block and made a nice play.
And that's what they teach you. They teach you you don't avoid the blocks. You don't choose right or left, or the runner's going to choose the opposite.
Absolutely.
What you do is you take on that block and you're able to maneuver your way back and forth. And that was perfect by number 87. I hope Mom's watching at home. Jason Tolbert.
He
sophomore.
did a nice job.
Yes, he did.
I see the referees have got the towel out. They're trying to keep the ball clean. Hopefully, especially where we seem to throw it quite a bit, it's important to have a clean ball every time.
All right, so we've got a receiver on each side for Uintah, pistol formation, and wingbacks. Braxton Kunis at quarterback. And he gets that left side with Hunter Connolly.
Trying to find the outside and get that. Oh, he got it sealed. Nice play.
Yeah.
They did a nice job of sealing that off over there. You couldn't tell from where we're at if he was going to make that corner or not, but they did a nice job of sealing that off so he could get around the
15, the wide receiver right there made a key block.
Absolutely. And
that's Samuel McDonald. No, for Uintah.
Hayden Bunderson, I believe.
Hayden
15.
Bunderson, yeah, you're right. And so he
also
made a great seal block on the outside, like you said. But once the momentum goes, you got 11 Juan Diego folks coming that side. But 7 yards is perfect. 2nd and 3. Dive up the middle, first down yardage.
Nice run.
Okay, they're mixing in with a little bit of their option game with that dive up the middle, a little sweep to the left. They're keeping them on their toes. Let's see Keys here. Looks like just a missed tackle right there initially, but he almost had first down yardage from the get-go. That's Tyson Colton for Uintah.
Nice run. And it's important for Uintah at this point, too, to try and keep their defense off the field. They've had 2 long drives on them, and I'm sure that defense is getting worn down a little bit. So important for the Utes to try and take some time off the clock, keep the clock up. Nice
pass again. And it's intercepted. Oh, no, they're going to call it incomplete. It must have hit the ground, but a near interception. And that ball is going for Brendan Ryan. And he reached back a little bit. We'll see on the replay.
It was a little bit behind him. He had him open. It was a nice play. It was set up perfectly. The pass was just a little bit behind him, and the ref was right on it. It hit the ground, went through his hands and hit the ground. I'm sure Braxton would like to have that one back because he had Brendan wide open. And that would have been a nice play.
He read that really well with Cameron Hansen in a zone defense. He kept with him for 7 or 8 yards and then let him go. But, that was read by Braxton.
Yep, it was a nice play.
Oh, no, nobody to fake to right there. Braxton keeps it and gets a couple of yards. It looks like 3 yards. It was miscommunication somewhere in the backfield. He just he holds the ball out like
nobody was there.
His eyes are up like a true option quarterback should. But the running back went left. And he's like, wait,
left,
where are you? So he gets looks like 4 yards right there, which isn't bad. 3rd and 6, so sort of a manageable 3rd yard, or 3rd down and 6 yardage
we were able to convert these last time. We'll see what the Utes come up with here.
Twins right, 1 wing back, and a fake. Oh, it gives it wide to Hunter Connolly again. First
nice
down yardage.
Nice play.
10 yards past midfield.
Absolutely. Down to about the 49 of Juan Diego. That's a big play for the Utes. They've been able to convert some third downs that last drive where they scored, and also I think 2 third downs here. Those are huge for Uintah to be able to keep that Juan Diego offense right now off the field.
And Bunderson just getting enough of a piece, not a whole big piece, but enough of a piece to keep that cornerback off, or the scraping linebacker off that play, so Hunter could get that extra yardage. So 1st and 10 from midfield. Okay, double wingback, double receiver, one on each side with a pistol formation.
Yeah, they've run that quite a bit tonight, actually.
And a little curl route, and it's caught by Bunderson for 6 yards.
That was a nice play by Bunderson. There was a little bit of pushing over there on that.
Well, it was about a 5-yard curl, so that's still within that bump zone.
Yeah.
But you can see he did create the space up there. Watch
He
him
did.
up
He
top.
did a nice job.
Creates
Man,
the space,
that 5
turns.
was all over him.
Yep.
And you're right. It was in that zone, but he did a nice job of coming back to the ball and shielding the DB off of it.
Well, it looked like a basketball box out off of a free throw right there. He just kind of swung his arm around like he's boxing him out. And as far as football goes, if you're boxing out with your rear end, that's pretty much allowed for position. You just can't push and shove.
That's right. He did a great job of coming back for the ball on that play.
Doubles, 2nd down and 3. So 7 yards on that play.
Back to our standard formation here. We'll see what like we had a jump there, maybe not.
Oh, nothing. Oh, and the ball's loose, and Juan Diego it looks like Uintah's fought for it.
You know, that
got it.
was
Juan Diego's got it.
That was a bad deal. That's what's killed us all year. It seems like we get down there and we get a good drive going and then have that happen. Man, it just kills you.
The sack kills you. And you saw it. I mean, you could see number 4, Brickman Williams, kind of curling in the middle. We missed that part of the replay, but Braxton, the pocket just collapsed too quickly. He wasn't able to keep his eyes up.
It's almost like the timing was off. It's almost like they thought maybe they were going to get the offside, and they didn't, and started to play. And, yeah, it just never did develop. It really fell in quickly.
So the turnover gives the ball back to the Juan Diego Soaring Eagle. 14-7 lead for them. 9 minutes left in the second quarter, and what looked like kind of a promising drive for the Utes comes to an abrupt halt, and that's kind of what's plagued them, Adam.
It has all year. You know, you look at the games that we've been in, and 2 things that really stand out is the turnovers and our red zone performance. You get down inside the 20, and we've just really struggled.
Just a straight dive, kind of going back the opposite direction. That's where you use that pro set. You can have those guys kind of crisscrossing across the center there. Yep. 8 yards, and I'll tell you what, that 8 yards was 5 yards earlier. Sometimes after a turnover, the team just has the wind knocked out of them. And
it is, especially with the Utes have been on the field for 2 long drives, 2 running long drives, and it's man, there's nothing worse than having somebody run the ball on you and you just can't get it stopped.
Flags on the field, the pass is complete, but it's either offsides or I'd say it's probably offsides on the Utes. It'll be declined if it's a first down.
Yeah, they're keeping the ball there.
No,
so
the penalty is a false start on Juan Diego, so that play should have been dead before it started.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 2 will now be 2nd and 7. So ignore that play right there, and Juan Diego's marching backwards.
And it's tough to defend that 2nd and 2 because they have so many options. They've already proven they can get 5-6 yards every time. And so, it makes you wonder when, as the Utes start to try to maybe put more guys in the middle and they have one-on-one coverage on the outside, it makes you wonder how long it'll be before they try to go up top with a play just to, if they get ahead or get an option to do that. And they're spreading it out a little bit more this time. So we'll see.
Look at the wide side. They've got a receiver all the way on the numbers. That's pretty wide. In terms of receivers. So look for a run coming between that wide left receiver there on the bottom of your screen and the tackle, because it is an unbalanced line. I wouldn't doubt if I saw maybe a crisscross going right from the left-hand pro set back or the quarterback rolling left, and they're taking too long.
Timeout.
So timeout Juan Diego, and a great time to talk about sponsors like Moon Lake Electric, who, as long as I've been doing VTV Sports, Moon Lake Electric's been a great sponsor in operation since 1938. Owned by the people they serve, Moon Lake is a cooperative and not privately owned, and Western Petroleum is now Pilot Logistics. May have a new name, but they're still the same great company you can rely on.
Yeah, big presence here in the Uintah Basin, and both of those companies do a fantastic job here locally.
Yes, they do. All right, so Juan Diego, I wouldn't say that 5-yard penalty shot them in the foot, but they may have a 3rd down coming up here based on their yards per play, between 5 and 6 yards per play. But I don't know. If they come out in that same formation, like I said, I'm still looking for something left, or maybe even they're trying to spread the field left so they can run it right.
Back to the right again.
And that's why it stinks being a coach, because you've really got to watch film over and over again to see their tendencies. We've only seen them here for a quarter and a half.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's if something fancy goes right this time. Let's watch this.
They've got single coverage out here on their receivers. They don't take a lot of, obviously they don't pass a lot, but when you can get 5 to 8 yards every run, it's pretty tough to. Oh, there we go.
Dive.
Fumble. We got it. You would have got it.
It was a dive up the middle and a quick fumble. You saw the fumble. I didn't see it. I was looking for the running back to break through. And
I just seen the running back looking back. He knew he'd lost the ball, and he was trying to find it. So that turnover that we gave them.
It's on the transition.
See who knocks it out.
Oh, yeah, right away. Right as it looks like
some
Utes made some great penetration there and got a hand in there.
They
Right
did.
as
Somebody
the
got their
handoff
hand on
happened.
it right off the line. It looked like, I can't tell for sure. Oh,
Baisamele got the recovery.
ended up with the recovery.
So,
good.
hey, this is great for the Utes because they had they were in danger of going down 2 scores on this drive. And now the Utes force a turnover after giving a turnover. And, well, I'll tell you what, the Utes may be in business. This is where maybe Juan Diego has the air knocked out of him just briefly. So if the Utes can take a big play right here and take advantage of this, it might be a really good thing.
Maybe look for something over the middle, a short pass over the middle. They've got the linebacker cheating in. Yep, here he comes. You're going to have to do it quick.
Oh, look at that. That pocket cannot do that. You cannot let them through like that. Anthony Finley for Juan Diego, one of the defenders who got in there so quickly.
When they bring the linebacker in, bring him off the receiver there, and he comes in, and you see him coming on a blitz, that guy is usually open if he's left that guy open. And you've got to get the ball out quick to somebody. You've just got to read that and recognize it and hurry and get rid of the ball because, like you said, that pocket won't sustain
Yeah,
it.
that was Simisi, Bloomfield, and also Bronson. Looks like Ika, who combined on that sack. Braxton back to pass. Oh, they're taking advantage.
He wasn't
right
even
there.
looking for the ball.
No, and that could be a fumble. They're calling it incomplete.
Man.
It looked like it may have been behind the line, backwards pass, like a lateral. But, yeah.
Looked like Bunderson didn't see the ball. Looking at the replay here, maybe we'll see.
Look at that room he has to run right there if he gets that.
Yeah, he just didn't see it coming at all. I think he thought he was going to get, and Kunis was wanting to get rid of it before that pocket collapsed again, and maybe threw it just a hair early before Bunderson could get looking for the ball.
3rd and 15 after the sack and then that incompletion right there, and doubles right and left with a pistol formation.
71 cheating in again. Here comes the. You got to throw it. You got to get rid of it.
He's not. He's out of room.
Oh,
but that's a late hit. No flag. You got to be careful. It seems like Braxton's always the one that's taking those type of hits, or because he's running so hard, even when he just hits the out of bounds line. So they're still playing through. He had to get rid of it right there, but look, that pocket.
47 coming on a blitz.
Even on the rollout, the pocket just collapsed so quickly.
Yeah, that's pretty close to a late hit.
Yeah. Well, his teammate didn't exactly catch him either. His teammate kind of backed off a little bit. So Seitz to punt, and his last punt went about 10 yards further back than the punt returner put himself. So if Seitz can get this to land about the 15-yard line, with a fumbled snap.
We're lucky to get rid of that one.
And it's short.
Hopefully we get a fortuitous
it's
bounce. It started to go the wrong way.
It's going to stop at the 33-yard line. Oh, you got to tackle him until that whistle blows. So that's actually a smart move by the Juan Diego player.
Yeah, he came up. I don't think the Utes touched it, so I think it was a live ball when he came up and grabbed it.
Well, even if the Utes touch it, if there's no whistle, then it's still a live ball.
Live ball.
Look at that fumbled snap, and he gets that off. But nobody was really near him, but he felt rushed. Seitz felt rushed right there, and he just did not get that bounce.
Anytime it throws your timing off, the Utes touched it, but like you said,
you can't start walking away. You got to grab that ball, and then the refs are going to blow the
play.
whistle asking for it. That's the proper way to do it. So pro set, receiver on each side. The tight end on the right, and quarterback keeper.
Yep.
Oh, they do a real good
Faked
job,
it,
but
kept it.
Oh man,
got it 7 yards.
That's where, watch this replay. The linebacker or defensive end or whoever it was, he gave up on his assignment right there just for a moment. Watch, it was the linebacker. He gave up on his assignment. You don't play the pitch, you play the quarterback.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
If you're playing the pitch, then you're going straight to that pitch man, and you're ignoring the quarterback no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, you got to get the quarterback. You don't worry about whether he pitches it or not.
He got faked out right there. So let's see, 8 yards. So 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that was something was messed up there. That play never got off right.
No
Something.
flags?
No flags. It's like they hiked it. And the quarterback and the receiver were the only one, or the running back, quarterback and the center, if I can get it out, were the only ones moving. Everybody else wasn't sure what was going on.
Juan Diego with a 3rd down and 3 now, and same thing, pro set. Look for the dive. Look for
Uintah really needs to stop here. We need to get the ball back. We need to get our defense off the field. They've been on the field a lot this quarter. Oh, man, and we had him, too. We had him right at the line of scrimmage and didn't make the tackle.
So 8 yards straight forward on the dive. 3rd and 3 is now 1st and 10 right at midfield.
Watch it here, Brian. We had him stopped right there, and nobody could close in on him.
All right, so Juan Diego with a 1st and 10 right at midfield. This is about territory where they fumbled last time. Hold on to that ball. The snow's pretty much stopped.
Nice job by Visa and 54 for Uintah.
Caleb Burchell.
Yeah, Caleb Burchell. Nice play on that.
So just a 3-yard gain on 1st down, 2nd and 7. Now, if they can hold them to 1 or 2 yards here, 3rd and 5, may force Juan Diego to do more than what they're just doing with that dive. 5:30 remaining 2nd quarter.
This first half has moved right along. When you run the ball, the clock doesn't stop much.
Yeah, exactly. So unbalanced line. Nope, they've got the tight end to the right. Quarterback keeper, he gets 7, and he's got the 1st down. He just leans forward for that 1st down right at the marker. Knowing where that marker is, he was able to just lean forward and put that ball down. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 inside the 40. Quarterback, see, and you see 43 right there for the Utes. Trevor Lofthouse, is he quarterback or is he pitch? Because he played like he was trying to, get the quarterback, trying to be antsy toward the pitch. If he would have just went and hit the quarterback, that play may not have gone anywhere. 1st and 10, 39-yard line. Oh, look at that. The dive going back across the grain.
Nice tackle by Hunter Connolly. Man, he saved a long gain, if not a touchdown on that play. That was a great tackle. Get him down around the shoestrings and bring him down.
Quarterback is moving right, but that right throwback is coming back left across the center's rear end, basically. And it's a 1st down for Juan Diego. So from the 27-yard line now, Juan Diego driving on the Utes. Oh, that's a false start. They're going to – no flag there, I guess.
Something.
Well, if the center snaps the ball and he moves and nobody else moves.
That's true. I think that happened earlier.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I have seen the call false start on the center, but that time Juan Diego just got a quick 4 yards. The center and quarterback, the only two to really move that time. And they're moving right along. They're not giving us a chance for replays or anything. Hard count, now motion. Watch that dive going back right. Nope, quarterback. Yeah, the dive going back right.
You called it. Same play. Instead of going, it just went the opposite way.
See, they want to see if it's man-to-man. If a defender goes with that motion, then that just clears one more defender. Let's see if, I didn't see anybody going with the motion, but they still just went with that dive. Going from left in the backfield, back right across the center's rear end.
It's like we got about a 3rd and 2. One of the few 3rd downs Juan Diego's had tonight.
Well, the Utes aren't going to have much time to counterpunch if they give up a score here, and then they've got a kick to start the 2nd half, so they need a stop.
Yep.
There you go, 43 for the Utes. Trevor Lofthouse that time staying with the quarterback the whole way, even though he had already given the ball off. That's what you've got to do on this triple option. Got to have each of you follow your assignments.
Another 1st down for Juan Diego, and, man, they are just chewing up the yardage and chewing up the clock and keeping the Ute offense off the field, and unfortunately the Ute defense on the field. Those guys got to be tired. They have ran. It'll be interesting to see at halftime how many snaps Juan Diego's had.
Look at that.
That's going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, he's right in there. Touchdown.
Yep. For
Juan Diego. Sorry, our lack of enthusiasm, but Juan Diego's now up for two scores.
That was a beautiful hole. They did a great misdirection on that play. Watch him go back and bring that. And he made a really nice cutback.
The cut back toward the right side.
Absolutely.
On his own.
That's a great run by that.
And that's
that running back.
And that's what got him the last 5 yards right there. So Juan Diego up 20-7. And the extra point pending with 3:20. Okay, the Utes have plenty of time to strike if they can keep from turning the ball over.
And the nice thing about it is, the Utes have some really skilled people at the receiver set, And one thing about it, just like you seen with the quick touchdown to Bunderson earlier, when you're down 2 scores, but really you're 2 big plays away from tying the game up, and you got to look at that. You got to look at it that way. Uintah's got some playmakers, and they just got to get the ball in their hands, figure out a way to get those passes out quickly, and not wait in the pocket, because you just can't. We just can't hold those guys off that long.
Well, not so much snow anymore. It looks like it's a little bit of freezing rain, more like a sleet out there. Devin Allred right on the other side of the glass. We're in the press box nice and warm, and he's right in front of us outside. And I basically judge the precipitation by what I can see on his hat.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
His headphones right there. It used to be snow, and now it's more liquefied. So maybe it's warming up just a little bit.
Well, the Utes need a big play here, Brian. We need to get back some momentum and get back in the game and get our guys enthused. It's tough when a team runs the ball on you like that and you just can't stop them. And the only thing you can do is to keep yourself in the game is to get big plays and score quickly, because going 70, 80 yards on Juan Diego is pretty tough.
Yeah, and here's the kick. Let's see what we can do for a return. At the 5-yard line on the right-hand side.
Colton,
they're really good at angling that kick.
They
Nothing
are.
right there. Oh, he's going back the other direction.
If he gets
now
the block,
key block
he's in good
right
shape.
there.
Oh, key block. Great. Go.
48-yard line is where he ends
Nice.
up. But you saw when he changed direction, we needed
Absolutely.
that one block to get that extra 15
And
yards.
he got it. Let's see who get a replay up here, and we'll see who.
He runs into, just a wall, but
He
then
did.
he cuts it back. And Juan Diego's trying to cut the field in half,
Oh,
making
man, look
this
at
hard.
those. Juan Diego had 10 guys right
and
there.
the key block right there by 52. That's Caden Henderson.
That was.
He
a
sprung
nice
that
block.
extra 15 yards right there just by maintaining his block.
Well, better to start at the 48.
Even though the ball was originally going to the other side. So trips left on the short side of the field. So watch for either everybody crossing the middle or everybody hooking and outing at different levels.
He's got to get rid of it. Nice play. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, just get rid of it. We can't afford a 5, 6, 10-yard loss there and then come back with 2nd and 20. Better to have 2nd and 10 than.
Yeah, what you had there was 2 deeps on the outside, and then the 2 receivers on the short side of the field, part of the trips, the 2 inside receivers, one did a long post and one did a short post.
Let's watch and see if they're cheating up there with their linebackers, Brian, and bringing more than the 4. It looks like they're kind of altering that. If they do that, the slot receiver should have some room over the middle on some shorter passes that could turn into longer ones. Looks like they brought the guy out on the, this time they're going a little bit more. But there should be some room over in the middle.
Oh, he's hit. And he throws, or are they going to call that a fumble? Either way, the ball's about the same spot.
Yeah, and he really got nailed in the back on that one.
They're not giving him any time. That was blindside all the way.
They've absolutely got to call some plays that get the ball out of there.
Look at that linebacker.
Blindside hit. He never seen it coming.
Hunter Stevenson, a backer, outside backer, coming from that blind side. And boy, that's hard. You don't know when that's coming, so it's just like getting hit by a car. He's just standing there. He's not moving. Braxton wasn't moving. He was just standing there.
Yep.
Okay, 3rd and 10 from near midfield. Because they got that great kick return, they're in a decent position. But this is probably, it can't be 4th down territory because the clock stopped after these last 2 plays.
Yeah, the Utes really need a play here, at least to get some yardage. Then they'll let them look at going for it on 4th down.
There's that play again, but not as much room as we thought we saw last time.
He did a good job to get 2 yards out of it, to be honest with you. It wasn't a good pass. He had to turn around and catch it behind him. And, of course, I'm sure Braxton's probably still trying to clear the cobwebs out of his head, too. And so you can't fault the guy for that. That's just that's tough.
Good block there.
It was.
By 77,
you seen the lineman trying
Jed
to get.
Rich.
You seen the lineman trying to get over there.
The pulling lineman right there.
Yeah, that's tough.
Well, they're going for it on 4th and 8. Now, the reason they may be doing this is because if Juan Diego decides to throw, they're probably not. Their strength is not throwing, and so Juan Diego would have to run. And if you play the run, then the clock continues to run.
And it's a really tough situation because you get into a track meet with Juan Diego because they've scored every time they've had the ball. So do you make them go 50 yards if you don't get it, or do you just try to put it down inside the 20 and make them go 80 on you? And it really puts the Ute defense. It's a tough call as a coach because what do you do?
And they still want to think about it. It sounds like the Utes have called a timeout. Well, the halftime coverage is brought to you by Jiffy's Pawn Shop. They're a proud sponsor of the Strata WebView live stream. Watch us live anytime at strata.tv. If you're watching this recording on Channel 6 or 706 High Definition, remember, you check the schedule and you will know will be live. If we are covering that game, we are live.
Well,
everything from guns to vacuums, they will buy, sell, trade, and loan pretty much anything at Jiffy's Pawn Shop.
Absolutely. And Strata's doing a lot of games in the Basin this year. They're covering a lot of teams, so it doesn't matter whether it's Altamont or Union or Uintah.
Or basketball season with Tabiona.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a great job of covering what great coverage we've got. And for the teams that are coming out to play us, if they don't have the ability to watch their team, they can tune into Strata and watch it on the website.
All right, so 4th and 8. And it looks as though Uintah still will go for it.
Looks like Seitz is in now, number 3.
Oh, is he? Okay, they're going to punt with just over 2 minutes left.
You hate to second guess, but I really think that's a good call.
No, I was worried when they were out there to go for it.
Yeah, really. You give them a short field. I mean, it's tough enough to defend them, and who knows, maybe they'll run it back to midfield anyway. But Kunis got hit really hard. He's still trying to gather himself and to put him in a 4th down, and they're going to be coming after him again. I think this is the right call.
There you go. He's doing the rugby style, trying to create a little bit more time.
Nice kick. Got Bunderson down there. Good job.
12 yards, and too bad that doesn't count as a pass completion.
Yeah.
But, 12-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take that, wouldn't we?
So with 1:47 on the clock, Juan Diego's got nearly a 90-yard field to go, and the youths can kind of play back a little bit, not try to penetrate so much, and maybe give the 3-4 yards a pop as long as the clock keeps running.
It'll be interesting to see how aggressive Juan Diego is with 1:49. They've been running, but they've been ripping off 5 to 8 yards of play. We'll see if they play it conservative and just go into the half with up 21-7, or if they want to get a little more aggressive and maybe try to go for a little bit more. It might be a time for the DBs for Uintah to be a little aware. Yep, they're gonna throw.
And that's
picked off.
Picked right there. No,
man.
That's a dangerous throw. Because
man, that was a nice play by, I believe it's Jury Conway or Jury Bettis. But that was a nice play. He closed quickly and just about had that.
Boy, that's a dangerous throw. And it's high. He kind of left his receiver out to dry a little bit too. Watch the ball go way up high.
I really thought Bettis was going to get it. That was a nice play. He did a nice job on the receiver there.
Okay, so hardly any time, and now it's 2nd and 10. So Juan Diego may start playing conservative right here and running the clock, because if they have another incompletion and then you stop them on 3rd down, they've got a punt.
Absolutely.
And then they're going to leave Uintah with time.
Absolutely.
So this may be, even though they're in the shotgun, this may be.
Key play here is to not let them, if they, depending on what they do, and you may see the quarterback, he's in the shotgun, but he may end up just keeping it.
I bet you anything he will.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep,
see,
there you go. Exactly.
We're good at him. But then again, he just got 10 yards
plus. Yep, and you spread them out like that, and man, it's tough. And then we got to make the tackle over there too. So.
Yeah. We both called that 2nd and 10 now, 1st and 10. But I mean, once the ball's set, then the clock starts running. So Juan Diego still has nearly a 65-yard field to go.
You might see him take a shot here. I think after that run got him away from the corner, shadow of their own end zone. You might, I think our DBs better be ready here over the top. It looks like they're going to.
Now, 1st down, now they've got the chance to make. Oh, nearly.
Nice.
There you go. Good pressure.
That ought to be picked.
Up there.
That's got to be picked.
It is picked.
All right. Good job.
Interception, and now the Utes have.
Or the safety played that. Is that Hunter? Or no, Jury Bettis. Nice job, Jury.
And we
that
called
was a great play.
Earlier. Now, that was due to pressure. Watch the pressure come
absolutely.
Late on the quarterback. There's the initial missed tackle right there, but then more pressure, and that quarterback heaved it up there 35 yards. But I'll tell you what,
we had
the Utes were all
Bunderson
over
and
it.
Bettis both there, and Brendan Ryan and Jury Bettis there, and that was a nice pick gets Uintah back the ball, and now we just got to take care of it. And if we can get on their side to where we can open up the playbook a little bit, it's a little bit tougher on our side because, man, you don't want to give them the ball. But if we can get down around their 40.
Watch this pressure from the left-hand side.
Get it out quick. There you go. Oh, he's got to run straight forward. Just get what you can. Go forward. Don't come back. Those guys move to the ball too quick. They're just too good.
Clock's running.
You can do that against a few other teams, but, man, you can't do it against Juan Diego. They're just too good.
Minute left, 2nd quarter, and 2nd and 9. And you saw the 77. Watch, he came in 71 maybe. He was flinching like he was slowly moving in there.
Yeah.
But watch the pressure coming
if
from
they
the left-hand
If
side.
they do bring one of those backers, we ought to have one of our slot guys open over the middle. Come on, let's get the play. How many? My goodness.
39 seconds.
We've wasted 20 seconds here.
A pass in the middle, 5 yards, but not enough. 3rd and 5, and the clock's going to keep running.
All right, they need to get a timeout here. Well, you're right. 3rd and 5. You know what? Those plays are going to be open. they need to take advantage of that. The key is to get the ball out quickly. We just can't continue to have those third and longs. And if you get a sack, and that just really takes us, those guys just pin their ears back and come after you. We've got to keep it in those manageable downs, and there's nothing wrong with taking those short passes. You get a 5-yard gain, it's just like them getting a 5-yard run.
Yeah.
Same thing. You can't feel bad about having a 5-yard pass completion. Take those all night if they'll give them to you.
Well, they'll probably, my guess, if they don't get the first down and the clock's running, they'll try one more fourth down play and heave it, or try to get a first down and then spike it.
Juan Diego's out of timeouts, it looks like.
Uintah is.
Oh, Uintah's out. Okay.
If Uintah, okay, this is what's going to happen. If they don't get the first down, they will have one more play for fourth down. On that fourth down, if they do get the first down, they will be able to spike it if the clock stops with any time.
Right.
Because the clock will stop once the first down is made and then reset when the chains are set. So I see Uintah going for the first down and then hurrying and spiking it, or if they get a fourth down, then they may let the clock run down a little bit and maybe have one more play before setting up for a possible field goal attempt. Just depends on how many yards they get, but they're doing twins. That means two receivers on each side, shotgun with a.
They're going to have to. The safeties are cheating up. We'll see if they. Nope, they backpedal. Looks like they're going to play coverage here. We'll see what they do.
And it's a reverse, and they are not fooled. But Hunter throws it. Look at that, wide open Braxton, and it hits the ground.
Wasn't a bad play. He just he didn't have time to set his feet, or he would have maybe had an opportunity for something down the field there.
Oh, that was close. Braxton. Was it tipped by Juan Diego before it ever got to Braxton?
See if we get a replay.
And here comes the snow again. Look at that.
And it's getting after it, isn't it?
So they are going to punt again. Never mind for that, because the clock is stopped with 22. They can't give the ball back.
Doesn't want to give
seconds.
up. We got to be really careful here. You don't want to go in 28-7. You got to be careful and not give up a big play on a punt return or something here.
Or maybe a great time for a punt fake. Look at the motion. They're doing the rugby style again, but Seitz kicks it, and not a good kick. And
not good at all.
They might as well gone for fourth down, because that ball is not going to be any further than the regular line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they'd have been better off to have went for it there. And you don't know that going.
You really don't. You really don't.
Yeah, we're good at second guessing.
Yeah, we are.
Up here, obviously.
Well, you see the motion, and you know with that motion they're probably doing the rugby style.
Yeah, and he was trying to run and kick it at the same time, and that's a tough situation.
All right, so the final, it looks like.
What do we got, about 17 seconds here? 16, 15?
Yeah. Juan Diego has enough time for, they've got two timeouts, so they've got enough time for a couple plays.
Yeah, maybe a quick one. They've got two timeouts, maybe a quick one over the middle and see if, try to get in field goal position or something. They may try one over the top and hope for a completion or maybe a pass interference.
Two middle linebackers rushing that time, but no first down, so the
nice
clock
tackle
continues to run. They're calling a timeout with 7 seconds left. Juan Diego wants another couple plays. So it's a second down and 3.
On the 49 of Juan Diego, you may see him just rear back and try to throw one to the end zone and come up with something. Or I don't know how far he can throw, but get it down as far as he can.
Well, 50 yards is kind of just a stand. If you're a quarterback, you got to be able to throw 45 to 50 yards.
And they look for a pass interference. If you get a pass interference, you can run the field goal kicker in and try for a field goal. So
I'd look to get 5 or 10 more yards, because then the quarterback's got to have a pocket that he can throw it from. And if that's about 45 yards, then that's ideal. Because if he's going to take any steps back, that's going to take him back to 60 yards. And I don't know many high school quarterbacks that can throw it 60 yards. And so right now they're probably going to shoot for one more short play in the middle, like you said, with a timeout, and then they'll have room to go for the end zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian, depending on what happens here before we get to halftime, if it ends up 21-7, as well as Juan Diego has played, error-free football other than the one fumble that they had, Uintah can't feel too bad about where they're at.
So the pocket now with this timeout, that's an incomplete pass. So with 2 seconds left, they only have time for one play. So Uintah might as well drop 8. Big umbrella backwards and let Juan Diego have something underneath. So 2 seconds remaining. 2.7, somewhere around there.
2.7.
21-7, not a bad game from Uintah. They're hanging with these guys. Now it's obvious that Juan Diego is a great team with just the power that they have with that interior offensive line and the dives they're able to perform. But Uintah's not done a bad job.
Yeah, he's just going to go back and try for it. Looked like a screen.
Oh, and that's intercepted.
Nice.
Look at
that was a great play. We don't have any time left,
no.
unfortunately.
That's one where you wish he had enough room to run it back, but he didn't.
Absolutely.
Nice pickoff. Let's give that to Caleb Burchell. He rolled with that running back.
Well, hey, you know what? That's a good way for Uintah to go in with a little bit of momentum, an exciting play there, and he made a great pass.
Yeah,
great play.
He originally was coming in, and then once he saw the pressure on the quarterback, he smartly went back and just read the quarterback's eyes. So on a snowy night here at Uintah High School, it is now halftime with Juan Diego and the Soaring Eagle up 21-7. Enjoy the halftime performance. Brought to you by Bigfoot Pro Shop, sponsor of high school football halftime performances. All year long, we've got you covered for all your outdoor adventures. Also, Jiffy Pawn Shop. We'll be back with third quarter action in about, what is the clock set? 15 minutes here on VTV. Thanks for watching.
Amplify.
Now, put your hands together for the U.S.
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
Once again, a round of applause for the Uintah cheerleaders.
Western Petroleum may have changed their name to Pilot Logistics, but the employees that you have always counted on locally are still the ones here now. Pilot Logistics continues to provide the Uintah Basin with cardlock services, bulk fuels, lubes, and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. Call 789-1832 for information about the services offered by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum would like to thank all of their valued customers for the many years of providing services here in the Uintah Basin and look forward to serving you in the future as Pilot Logistics.
Having a baby is one of the most important events in your life. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, we are prepared to make that experience memorable by providing a secure and pleasant environment. When you arrive at our birthplace, you will be greeted by our award-winning OB nursing staff. Their desire is to make you as comfortable as possible and to provide you with all the information you need or want. You will be placed in one of our modern birthing suites. Family members are welcome, but only with your consent. During the labor process, the nursing staff will attend to your every need and monitor your progress. Your physician will be kept up to date by the nursing staff and attend you when it's time to deliver your bundle of joy. After your delivery, you will be taken to our beautiful and relaxing post-delivery rooms. Your care will still be monitored by our staff, and you and your baby will receive constant attention. Choose Ashley Regional Medical Center for your OB care.
With more towers locally and the only true 4G LTE network in the Uintah Basin, you get more with Strata Networks. Enjoy fewer dropped calls, the basin's fastest and most reliable network, nationwide coverage, and the latest technology that keeps you connected like never before. Visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal, or call us at 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Welcome back to Uintah Ute Stadium. Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey here on VTV. Thanks for joining us live at strata.tv. Any of the games we cover always are available live, and then you'll see the recordings on VTV Channel 6, 706 high definition, and also on the website anytime, vtvchannel6.com. All right, so first half, 21-0 Juan Diego, or 21-7 Juan Diego over Uintah. Adam, Uintah, we were talking about it, and as you start seeing trails in the turf, you're seeing that the elements are going to play a big part in this game. But we mentioned that Uintah has not played bad.
No, they haven't. They've actually played, other than the one turnover and a couple of sacks that they had, they've actually played really well. I mean, we're talking one of the most elite teams in the state that's just demolished everybody, and the Utes can feel really good about themselves this far. We've got a second half to go. The elements, like you said, are going to play into the factor. We know Juan Diego's going to want to run the ball just because that's what their makeup is. But you know what? Now's the time to go for the ball. If you're on the defense and somebody makes the tackle, come in there and go for the ball. The way Uintah is going to get back in this game, if they can get back in it, is with turnovers, or if they can score quickly We've got some elite players in those skill positions, and we've got to make sure we do everything we can to get the ball in their hands.
October 4th, and we're already getting snow accumulating on this field. But you know what? That's okay. This actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to be nostalgic, and you fans will be able to relate to this because this was a great night for them too. But when I was an Orem Tiger back in 1994, we won the 5A state championship at the University of Utah on a night that looked just like this. Right after we played, the UNA Utes won their state championship in 1994 on a field that looked a lot like this right now with, with the Big Red Utes out there. I mean, with the University of Utah Utes field and everything, this is just looking identical to it right now.
Yeah, you watch those state high school playoffs every year of the U, and this is exactly the kind of weather they have. So, you know what? This is great. Look forward to getting back out there and getting after it this second half, and let's hope for some good things to happen for UNA.
Okay, start poking the ball out because this is not professional. This is not college. They do not change a ball every single play.
Exactly
they put a towel on it until the center comes up and grabs it, but we know with the Utes that they come up right away and they don't give the ball a chance to dry off. And we haven't seen Juan Diego really huddle either.
No, they really haven't.
They're not going to be protecting the ball from the elements at all.
Nope, UNA's got to get aggressive. We'll see if they made some defensive changes at halftime. You know, it's a tough situation as a defensive coordinator. You put 8 guys in the box and hope that, you know, nobody breaks through the line, because if they do, they're gone. You know, pick your poison. Do you take it 5 yards at a time, or hope somebody, you know, if you're Juan Diego, they're trying to break a 70-yard run? So. And
just onside it right here. There's only 5 on that line, and the ball is so slick and people are sliding around that if you've got 8 people, 10 people coming at you full speed, and you're trying to keep an eye on that ball and protect it and get it, and it's slick, and those 8 people are coming full speed, that could create havoc. So I'd like to see a dribbler here, but I doubt we're going to see that.
Yeah, I think if it was maybe a 21, you know,
there you go.
Absolutely, just what we said. You know, and what you got to be careful now is don't let down. Don't let him through that initial wave. There you go. We should have had him back at the 10, 15-yard line, and you just see missed tackles like that. How many times do you see that in the college and pros where a guy drops the ball and everybody kind of lets up, and you just can't do that. You got to go in there and hustle. And
well, you can see, I mean, the ball just
you can see how wet
right
it was
away.
just that length of time there.
Oh, collapse on him. Collapse. Look at
right
look
there.
At,
absolutely.
There
we should have had him
more.
15 yards further back.
Yeah, but, well, Juan Diego has it, and they have it at the 28.5-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. It shows more of the 29-yard line. But double or pro set, here we go. Quarterback under center, tight end on the right side.
Looks like UNA showed maybe a blitz there.
There we go. There you go. Stop them.
Wow.
Having a hard time tackling them right away.
Tell you what, it's tough to get footing down there on that surface, you know. And it's kind of interesting, Brian, and maybe you probably know more about this than I do. I know with my son who's playing for UNA, we played with some of the removable cleats, and then we had some of the molded ones. And, you know, on turf it's a little bit different. And then when this turf gets wet, I'm sure it's a totally different story too.
Oh, so. Yeah. Well, I've never played on this type of turf, and all I've ever done has been a coach on this type of thing. So I don't really know what it's like to play, but I can only imagine that
we'll probably find out.
It's slick. But look at the dives are still going for 5-6 yards. That is not good. 2nd and 7, and they get 5 yards. 6 or a first down, like 6-7 yards.
Absolutely.
And all it is a simple dive right through that 3-hole.
And you can see the line push. We're not, you know, they are so good that they're just dominating the line of scrimmage as they have all night.
All right, same formation, pro set, 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Juan Diego. Showing a little blitz, but they back up. And now the quarterback.
Yep, he's going to get to the outside, man. That was a nice tackle on him by Caden Henderson, I believe, 52 for UNA, because if he'd have got the outside, I'm not sure he might still be running.
Yeah, and I mean, shoestring tackle, and he got 9 yards on that.
Exactly.
Well, look at the linebacker we thought maybe was going to blitz. He had the outside contained, but it still just opened that hole wide for that quarterback.
It is.
Because if you have outside contained, they're going wide, but they're going so wide that they're leaving so much room underneath.
Yeah, UNA's going to have to do something, at least throw in a few different plays, because we're just lining up the same. Looks like they're going to go, oh, man, wide open.
Yep, first down
nice
and
tackle
more.
There by
there's a flag on the far side at the line of scrimmage, so it could be a false start or offsides Uintah, just by where the flag is.
I didn't see anybody jump unless they lined up offsides. Well, we'll see here in a minute. I didn't get a chance to
Let's see, referee.
see on the replay.
The flag's right at the line of scrimmage. It is on Juan Diego. Oh, no, they're waving it off.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so they're waving it off, and so the play stands, 15-yard gain. A nice little pass there. And these are big snowflakes. Devin Allred's getting covered now.
And it's so tough to cover that because you get run. You got those backers cheating up, and all of a sudden they throw a back in the mix there that goes out for a short pass, and he's wide open because your backers are cheating on the run, and it's a tough to try to play defense against
There's
these
that
guys.
dive.
Yep.
Right up the middle. Oh, it's going to look at him make that cut, and he's inside the 15-yard line down to the 13. And that is a 20-yard gain, 20-plus yard gain you don't want to give up.
No.
Now, as much as the weather is playing a factor, and as much as it may be cold, watch that dive. It's just a stretch dive through that 3-hole, and a great cutback right there toward the middle. But great pursuit by the Utes as well. But these are the nights you remember for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Playing in the snow like this, as much as it may be miserable.
Yeah. You remember back playing. Well, I'm probably a lot older than you, but
I don't remember the sunny games. I remember the wet games.
Yeah, the fun games.
There's a little
nice
mixture
play.
right there, and
good.
The Utes collapse on that. So there was a little bit of trouble between that exchange from the quarterback to the fullback.
Looked like Jed Rich, number 77, in on the tackle, and let's see if on the replay here if we can see.
Looks like the quarterback goes a little too wide.
Jed Rich in 54.
Look at that, 43 tackling the quarterback, even though he doesn't have the ball. Trevor Lofthouse. Remember, we pointed him out early on the game, not doing that. The coaches probably told him the exact same thing.
I was going to say, I'll bet that was one of the things the coaches covered, and making sure that they stayed with their assignment and making sure he stayed on that quarterback.
There's that dive that goes kind of across
tackle.
the rear end, but that's right up the 0 hole. He kind of came back and then just went straight up the middle. That's where the hole was. Yeah. And he got about, 5 yards right there?
Looked like Caleb Burchell on the tackle, number 54 there. He did a nice job. That was a nice shoestring tackle. He may have danced into the end zone if he wouldn't have made that play.
Okay, so 3rd and 5, maybe 5.5.
This is where the Utes really need a stop here. I'm not sure that Juan Diego wouldn't go for it on 4th down, being up 21-7, but, man, it sure
hard count.
It would be nice if we could get
stretch keeper,
nice job.
And he's short.
Nice job.
He's short.
Did a good job stopping him there. It looks like they're going to be short by about a yard.
2 yards maybe, 6-yard line, and they send in the field goal crew. Look at this. Juan Diego sending. Look at this quarterback keeper, and he just follows the fullback. See that?
He did.
But great
defense
tackle
by
there.
Number 55.
Tragan Daniels.
Nice job, Tragan. You think about that, the way the weather is, I think points are probably going to be a premium. Juan Diego's probably willing to take that field goal if they can get it, because that'll give them up 17 points, and that's 3 scores, obviously, for Uintah.
Yep. And it's an angle. It's kind of a really close angle.
Wow.
Looks like he's got it.
It was close.
Yeah, he got it.
He really pushed it to the left, but it must have got in over the
just barely in
left
that,
upright there.
Barely in that left upright. So Juan Diego scores on a field goal, 24-7. That field goal, just a 22-yarder, really.
And that was a nice play for Uintah. They obviously drove down, but that's one of the first times tonight that Uintah has really stopped them, especially on 3rd down in that situation. So that's got to be a little bit of a victory for the Uintah defense there.
Now come back and score a touchdown, but you cannot trade even field goals for touchdowns at this point.
No, you can't. Yeah, we've tried doing that, especially last week at Park City, and our two field goals that we got didn't match their touchdowns that they put up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Juan Diego, their first drive of the quarter, and they take it pretty much downfield steadily, and they nearly take half the time off the clock as well.
Brian, we talked about Juan Diego's dominance and what a great team they've got this year. They've defeated Corner Canyon and Skyline, both who are in Region 7, and they're both 4A. And I'll tell you what, you can't help but be impressed with Juan Diego. They don't go out and play the easy teams on their preseason games. They've lined up a lot of really good teams.
They're supposed to be the easy teams for the big 4A and 5A schools.
Yeah. And
Skyline, they've got a rich history.
Yeah, Corner Canyon and Skyline are number 1 and number 2 in Region 7 and 4A. So I'll tell you what, this Juan Diego team is a fantastic team. They're coached well. You don't see them making a lot of mistakes. They're a really good team. Cut it back. Nice. And you'd think you're going to have an opening there, and look how quickly they close on the tackle. So.
Well, you see them come down. They don't choose a side. They take on the block, and then they're able to throw the blocker off and go toward that ball.
Absolutely.
Watch. I believe it's 82 for Juan Diego. I'm not sure. He takes on the block, and then he spins once he sees what happens right here in the front. 84. He spins, and then he's in pursuit right there. And now look at his
81
angle.
Fight off the block, and
now he's taking an angle, so you really can't fight that because he's preventing the cutback, but he's taking an angle to be able to get you up on the sideline too.
They're obviously very good athletes, but they're obviously very well coached also.
Okay, double wing back pistol, and a receiver on each side. Braxton Kunis, and it's a run. He gives it to the fullback as he gets hit.
Wow.
And he's hurt.
Braxton got hurt
he got
by
hit
his own
low.
guy. Yeah, he got hurt by his own guy. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe we can see it on the replay. It looked like number 52 got, which I think is the center. Yeah, 655.
Oh, that's
wow, he just took him and threw him back into Kunis, and hopefully
he's looking like
his knee or his leg there, but
toughing it out.
Man.
All right, double wing back, fullback, receiver on each side. They basically are trying to spread the field evenly, but they're on the near side. 2nd and 11. With a loss on that first play. Braxton back to pass quick, like you said, quick, and there he goes. Bunderson on the side.
Nice play. Wow, that's a great pass. Absolutely beautiful. He dropped it right in over number 84 and right into Hayden Bunderson's arms, and just a perfect play. You couldn't have drawn that one up any better. Look at that pass, Brian. He dropped it right over number 84, and he had good coverage. He wasn't that bad a shape, but tell you what, there isn't any coverage for a perfect pass.
No, there's not, and they're now within Juan Diego territory. And yes, a fade can be a quick pass. He took a step and a half and got rid of that.
He did. That's the key right there. Once he made up his mind that that's who he was going to go to, he dropped back and he threw it quickly, and that's the key because they were bringing 5 or 6 guys on that, but it never came into play because he didn't have to wait for the pocket to collapse.
He's looking at the defense. Look at his head go back and forth as he gets his team set. He gives it up the middle, just a yard, 2 yards maybe. 2 yards. Oh, man. Did you see that? He tried to get up, and he slipped right back
trying
down.
to get back up. He's been pretty good. That's the one that threw our center back into the quarterback.
Watch it. He gets knocked down there at the end of the play.
Brendan Ryan was trying to block him.
Oh, he does a little somersault, and he's having a hard time getting up after that. All right, so the Utes right back at it with the same formation, spreading it out, but they're on the near side, so they've got a wide field right. Look at Kunis' head go back and forth, then his offensive line gets set. Hard
count
right
blitz
there.
Coming on this one. Oh, maybe we drawed him off that time.
Yeah, I think they did.
Maybe the second penalty on Juan Diego tonight. Man, they just seems like we got them earlier once for one, but that's been about it. These guys are so well disciplined; they just don't make many mistakes.
So it'll be is that 2nd and 5?
Yep, about 2nd and 5 or maybe 4. Even.
4, yeah. But same formation, but they're on that near side, so they've got the wide field right now. It looks like with a safety over the top.
Got safeties cheating a little bit to the.
Yeah, look at that one-on-one coverage up top. If they can
do. Bunderson down here. They did.
Look at that. He spins that way. The flow is coming. Look at Bunderson coming across.
Throw that. You've got to get rid of that ball. Yeah. You cannot take a 6-yard loss when you're down to the 35-yard line. You've absolutely got to get rid of the ball.
The receivers are crossing.
Yeah.
Watch the top receiver comes down like a slant or a post, but then the backside Bunderson, you can't see him on the screen, but he was coming back.
And they had good coverage, but you know what? Just throw the ball away at that point and come back. And better to have a 3rd down and 4 instead of a 3rd down and 11. Yeah. And those are the plays, you learn as you go and you develop. But I'll tell you what, these guys are just too good. You got to get rid of that.
Okay, motion. Nope, they're just doing a little adjustment.
Doing triples to the
different levels. Maybe a flood to the right as Kunis. Nope, he's straight drop back in a slant post, and it's intercepted. Oh, nearly intercepted. Right through Bunderson's hands.
If you watch the replay on this, number 10 coming out of the backfield here, Brian, is absolutely wide open. I've seen this play. The Utes have done it before. He drawed everything into the middle, and if he was to swing it over here, Tyson Colton's got one guy to beat. Whether he beats him or not, we'll never know. But that's a great little play there that they've got set up that they need to. Coaches need to hopefully see that on film and come back to that sometime later.
Okay, too close to punt, too far for a field goal. 4th and 11, and the Utes are going to go for it. Got to get the perfect call here.
It takes you out of what you want to do when you have to go 4th and 11 3rd and 11, which we were last play instead of 3rd and 4. That gives you the option of that short pass over the middle, and then it just takes it away.
Up top, look, they're going to call a timeout. It's so hard to decide what to do because the cornerbacks are playing them inside, so it's almost like they're saying, we dare you to throw a quick curl or an out because maybe they'll jump it with the safety because they'll need a 10-yard out or a 10-yard curl right here, right at the sticks to get a first down, and that's probably what the Utes are shooting for.
And and what we've seen here is anytime it takes that long to develop to go down and run that play, Kunis just hasn't had the time in the pocket, so you're almost back to throwing that quick go route, I guess, on the outside to Bunderson, or maybe on the other side to Hunter Connolly or somebody over there, but because there's just not time. And there again, you just got to get rid of the ball. That's what kills the Utes when they get in these long third and fourth down long situations, and it's really tough.
If they can get a slot receiver to get past that linebacker, if it's a zone coverage, and he can just get past that linebacker, we know Kunis can throw that ball.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to get it before that safety comes up and slams it. It's like the tight ends. The reason a lot of people don't like to play tight end is because every time they catch the ball, they get nailed right away because they're between that backer safety zone or between the backers. If you want it up the middle, look at this. Bottom, Bunderson, maybe they'll try a curler and out on this side. I don't know. They've got the room, but look at that safety over top,
Yeah, they're bringing him over the top here.
And they pump fake that. Maybe a good play right there. Oh, he hits the ground. No call.
That was a tough play. We'll see what they come up with.
Now, the coaches probably have seen the trend with the safety coming over top down below, so he pumps fakes left, and then he goes right. And it is one-on-one pretty much coverage right there with a safety coming late, but it's just not a good throw. And you can say the elements or whatnot are just not.
That was tough. Tough throw. He threw it to the outside. Maybe if it had been back to the inside, the receiver, Jerry Bettis, might have had a chance on it, but no chance with it being outside like that.
Well, in the third quarter, you can see all the track marks are between the Juan Diego 30 and beyond to the end zone. Yeah. The end zone over there is looking untouched, and that's not a good sign for the Utes.
Exactly. There we go again on that dive, 8 yards, Brian, and man, the Utes just haven't had an answer for that all night. They've been able to get that just about every time they run it. I don't know how many plays they ran in that first half, running plays, but I'll bet they averaged 6-7 yards a carry, and that's why they're 6-0 and why we're 2-3.
Yep. So a pro set again, tight end on the right. There's that. That
was a nice play.
Crisscross dive. I'll just call it a crisscross. Kind of like that Cha-Cha slide song they played during halftime. Crisscross.
Who was that? 57 that. Visa Melee that got in there and made the tackle. That was a nice play.
But it's right at the sticks, first down. Juan Diego right at midfield.
And that's that same play. You give up 7 yards on first down, and man, I'll tell you what, that gives them so many options of what they can run. And we've actually done pretty well when they've thrown tonight. If we could ever get them in those situations, we just, look at the blocking out in front of that. Unbelievable.
Visa Melee just got owned right there on the block.
Yeah,
and that's why they got 25 yards on that play.
Absolutely.
He was doing his responsibility. He was trying to stuff up, make that running back cut in or out so his teammates could help him out. But he watch him, 57. He's holding his block on the outside trying to do his job, but he is just getting overpowered, and he ends up getting pushed downfield even almost further than the running back made it. And so he actually does make that hit, but 25 yards down the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we just missed, it looked like a kind of a mishandled snap or something right there by Juan Diego. So it's going to be a second and a little bit more than 10 right there.
Been one of the few times tonight on first down that they haven't got 8-9 yards, it seems like, or at least 7.
Well, I haven't seen the chain switch to second down. The scoreboard reads it, but not the chain king. Now they're going to second.
Now, yeah, there we go.
Because we were watching the replay while that play happened. But, yeah, it was just a mishandled snap. See the fullback going wide this time, really wide. He's going through the 5-7 hole, and he's got the first down and more inside the 10. So it's first and goal for Juan Diego, and the clock continues to run with 3:27 third quarter. Well, it's going to stop for the first down, but it's going to run as soon as they spot the ball.
I'll tell you what, you look over there and see how many Utes you got compared to, they're just absolutely blowing us off the line, and that was a good play by the DB to get off the more in self-defense almost, get off the block and make the tackle. That's a tough play.
All right, Juan Diego first and goal from the 9. There's that stretch dive, and it goes inside the 5, down to the 1.5 yard line. So second and goal for Juan Diego.
And in Juan Diego's favor, when, like you talked about, you get into the state playoffs, which obviously they're going to be, and you start having bad weather like this. The teams that can run the ball like they can have a huge advantage over a team that likes to pass, because when you don't know what the weather's going to be,
they're going to blow this play dead before you can get started. They're trying to hurry things up a little bit. And it's a false start on the offense, so take 5 of those yards back. That's the thing about the goal line. If it's a defensive penalty, it might be a yard at this point or a half a yard, but it's an offense. Boy, that's 5 yards.
They got a little bit ahead of themselves there. They tried to run it a little bit too quick.
Well, the Utes have the 13th, or the 12th defender, 13th. What did I get that from? The 12th defender.
We need about 13 or 15 tonight.
Well, with the back of the end zones, but that's usually for a passing game anyway. So with the running game, they need what do they need to do? Now Juan Diego's starting to take it wide. Even on that blown play, it was supposed to go wide. Here goes another wide play. No, that's a dive, and it's a touchdown.
Wow.
That quarterback's faking me out.
I'll say he did a fantastic job. When he turned around there, I thought he still had it too.
Well, we're up here in the booth.
Hard to see.
But look at the quarterback in this fake. He turns around like he's going to run it to the right, but the fullback definitely has it right up the middle for the touchdown.
He does. Well, we just haven't had an answer for it all night, and and it hurts having one of our main players out. So,
Dylan Hanks.
Yeah, Dylan Hanks, one of the leading tacklers in the state at middle linebacker, and
PAT's good.
Yep.
So 31-7, Dylan Hanks is out. He's resting some tendonitis from what I hear. So
that's what I understand too.
So high school football coverage on VTV brought to you by the Advisor Group, financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, or retirement plans. They have a specialized team to help meet your needs. The Advisor Group, we are the firm of firms. And CrossFit Avenue, family and student discounts. No matter your fitness level, if you have the desire, they can train you, Adam. Make sure you see the CrossFit on North Vernal Avenue, hence the name CrossFit
I definitely
Avenue.
need it. I'll tell you what, I could use it to drop about 20 pounds.
Well, and with school in and with winter coming, it's just so hard to get out and do all that.
I've been trying to get out and walk about 4 miles a night, and it works good when the weather's good, but when the weather turns bad, it's pretty tough to do that.
Yeah, it is. You got your feet get cold or what, it just, it's rough, and we already know that we're having an early snowfall, so
absolutely.
We've got pretty much 7 months of snow coming. Let's see, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, so about 7 months until it finally melts.
Well, we need something positive to happen here. We need a good return and get us in some good field position, and hopefully the Utes can get something going here.
Squibb, low kick, and it's handled at the 5.
Jerry Bettis, I believe, number 5.
And at the 22, he's knocked down.
Yep.
One thing Juan Diego wants you to do is go to one side or the other when they kick off.
They do. They do a nice job of doing that, don't they? They place that kick really well and good at rallying the troops over there to that side.
Looks like the return was called to the left, though, because that ball was kind of down the middle, but it was a squib, so it gave the cover team a little bit more time to get down the field. That's why you do a squib, to prevent long returns, but usually you give up a little bit more field position. Okay, Cunis doubles with a running back behind him, and he gave it up the middle. Did it squirt out? Yes, it did, but it's recovered by Bunderson.
Looked like Hayden Bunderson was able to get in there on the ball. We were fortunate there. That's just what we were talking about, how slippery the ball is, and nice game
watch
there.
It squirt out right there, on that
right
hit.
From behind.
Oof. But Bunderson,
we actually
aware.
ended up with a pretty good gain out of that. So,
7 yards on first down, 2nd and 3.
That's pretty good. We'll take that.
Okay, doubles again, even on the near side. Maybe a long pass down below, or they're giving it to the running back. He's got some room. He's got the first down and more.
Run. That was a nice run by Tyson.
He's to the 40-yard line, so it's a first down. Utes. That's a 10-yard run.
You watch on the replay, Brian. They're bringing 6 guys. They're thinking pass all. Look at that. I mean, and we fortunate to get past that initial wave, and so they're really bringing their guys. As we said before, Kunis is really going to have to get rid of the ball quickly. You're just not going to have time to, if we do try to pass, to hang on to it at all.
Okay, Kunis set. Here goes Lyman. And he's going to keep it this time and run it himself, and a great tackle. And
absolutely.
Nice secondary hit right there to make sure
71 did a nice job. He turned him in and then made the tackle.
So a yard on first down, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Not looking to pass. Look at that. He just keeps it, and that's great tackle there by 71. If he doesn't make that tackle, Kunis may have 5 yards, 7 yards around the left side.
Well, if we can avoid those third and long, that's what's really killed us in a lot of plays tonight. It's like they're bringing in Hunter Conley, going back to that, what'd you call that, pistol formation?
Yeah, it's pistol, and I just call them the double wingbacks. I don't know, they have some fancy name for these formations.
Yeah,
now,
I haven't seen them run that a lot this year. They've done it in this game. Must have been something they just put in for Juan Diego.
No gain, third and 9 off of a second down, no gain. Well, we haven't seen them throw, and they're going to be forced to throw here, or so you think. I mean, a draw can sometimes get you a first down in a situation like this, but you think they're going to throw. But the quarter may be done beforehand. We are taking down the last 5 seconds of the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they'll let the clock run out. It'll be interesting to see what the Utes come up with here.
Okay, let's take a break for about a minute. Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey for VTV. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter of Juan Diego at Uintah.
On your way to the great outdoors, stop by Bigfoot Pro Shop on North Vernal Avenue. We've got you covered. Bigfoot Pro Shop. Just look for the giant fly in the sky.
Back here at Uintah Youth Stadium, 31-7, Juan Diego has a lead of 24 points going into the fourth quarter, and Juan Diego's pretty much controlled the second half, Adam.
Well, you know, they've really controlled the game from the onset. The Utes got the ball first and went 3 and out. Juan Diego took the ball and moved down, 66, 67 yards, and just those, the game has moved along quickly because Juan Diego has run the ball so much, and, it's 8:45, and we're starting the the fourth quarter here, and they've just really dominated the line of scrimmage, and I'm sure that's what the Utes were worried about. They've got some big athletes up there, and they've just done a fantastic job, and the Utes have been in these 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 situations way too much, and it's tough. And
look at all those backers right in the middle. Look at that.
I know.
There's
and
a
they're all
clump of
coming.
backers.
I mean, there's no time.
Oh,
that's
right
exactly
there.
what you got to do.
First
Perfect.
down, Uintah Utes.
That's a great play. Nice play by Kunis to get the ball out, and Hayden Bunderson to get open and catch it. And that's really what the Utes have got to do. And that's been pretty much the same thing all year with the Ute games. And really, he's got 2-3 seconds to pick a receiver and throw the ball over there. He did a very nice job. That's a great play by Kunis.
And when the linebackers are all clumped up, it's who's coming. Doubles.
Look
now.
at them, and again, Brian, they're doing the same thing. They're
Just
lined
three of them
right
this
up
time,
over.
yeah.
Basically, it's a 4-4. It looks like, and whoa.
There you go. The ball's up, way hanging high, but
that,
good
I'll tell you
throwaway.
what, though, that's a good play by Kunis, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Coming back to fight another day, because you take that sack, you lose 10 yards, and all of a sudden you're 2nd and 20 or you're 3rd and 20, and those just kill you. That's just like having a holding penalty or something that kills a drive, and we just can't do those. There's nothing wrong with getting rid of it.
The holding penalties, you get to play the down over again.
Well,
Sacks,
that's true.
you don't.
Yeah, throw it away, and you take the sack, and you don't get to play it again. So.
Yeah. Well, doubles again, 2nd down, and just 2 backers this time. But one's coming. Look at 71 right
Maybe
there, kind of inching forward.
Here. Nope, a fake.
Look at that down the middle, but it's slick. I mean, look at him sliding around.
It's slick,
right
and
there.
that's really good defense. We'll see on the replay if number 32 got. I couldn't tell if
71's coming in from the left-hand side right there. Looks like he was playing that motion.
And that's a good play, because I'll tell you what, that play, you got to try that, because you hit a few of those, and like we said earlier, it might only be a 5 or maybe 8 yard gain, but that's as good as a 5 or 8 yard run. So.
Yep. Doubles again, 3rd down and 10. And they're coming from the backside, but he's rolling right. Wide
Nice,
open. Look at
nice.
that. First down yardage.
Get upfield. Good job, Jerry.
And a couple extras.
And it looks like we got either a face mask or
late hit, maybe.
late hit
I don't know.
or something.
We'll see what that is.
Got to be on the defense
Did
there.
you watch that game last night with the pink flags? Oh, man.
Was that the U of U game?
No, it was the NFL game last night.
Oh,
that's
I
almost thought it was a pink flag when I first saw it. I was like, that was kind of like last night. Okay, so he's coming across.
I'm not sure. I can't tell. We couldn't see there. The flag came out pretty quick.
It looks like a face mask is what they call it. He just signaled it. And so it is. Let's see if it's just a 5-yard penalty.
Must have been. Must have been an inadvertent one because I didn't see his head snap back. Usually with those big ones, you see there.
And sometimes even if your hand is just on the face mask, they'll call it. I got called for one of those.
What always bugged me with those is how the defense always gets called for that. But if you're the running back, you can stiff arm a guy and stick your fingers right in their eye. They never call it.
Okay, here.
Tyson,
look at hitting
he's
it
got
wide.
the outside. Man, look at that guy close.
Oh,
wow.
Gosh.
That's a great play by
number 4. Looks like number 4, Jesse Springer. Now, look, he looks like he's got daylight around the left
look
side.
At number.
First, he's coming right.
The safety came over over there, I believe.
Look at that. Number 4, look at that right there.
Him, and then look at this
Tracks
guy
him
come
down.
up. Number 13 come up and nail
So
Tyson Colton after a good
David
run.
Pleitus?
You're right. We've ran that a couple of times this year and scored off of that once. I think I had a long run against Union or somebody, but it looked like he had a lot of daylight, and, man, they close quickly.
Yeah, they do. 2nd and 6. They at least got a good first down gain there. Rolling to the right.
Okay, get rid of it. Get rid of it. There you go.
And he's slips
man.
right through. Slips
man,
right
that
through.
shows you how slippery the ball is.
Yeah.
It's tough. It really is. But at least we're not 3rd and 10. At least it's manageable. Even if you get a few yards, you still got the option of going for it on 4th down.
Oh, he's right at the marker too. He grabs that. Even if he gets tackled right away, he's right at the marker, maybe a yard short.
When it's sloppy like that and your gloves are wet, man, it's tough. This might be a good one to go back in the middle again. You only need 5 yards, and those quick hits across the middle are pretty good with these kind of situations. Yep, you got a blitzer on 71 there.
Kunis,
man,
he gets
what
demolished.
were we doing there? I don't know.
It looked like he wanted to keep.
We got a flag. Let's see what's up there.
Dead ball.
Personal foul. That's got an unsportsmanlike.
Yep. So that's a first down for Uintah. They lucked out because
Very.
I'll tell you what. I mean, that was a great play by 47 Harrison Jones, one of the captains.
Yes, it was. That's very uncharacteristic of Juan Diego. At least tonight, I haven't seen anything like that. So, but the Utes will definitely take it.
Okay, so 15-yard penalty will put them about the 15-yard line, 14-yard line maybe, or 16. I don't know. Depends on where they spot the ball at the end of that play. They're going right from the 30, so it'll take them to the 15.
Should, yeah.
If you say half the distance to the goal, it's still the same thing.
You know, if you're the Utes right now, if that takes it down into the 15, I think I would take a quick shot at the end zone right now.
Why not? Who do you have? Dylan Hanks usually was an offensive weapon in a situation like that.
You know, I
but
think
he's
if you
playing.
work that middle area right here, or maybe even with Bunderson on the outside, he's in the game. Maybe if you got one-on-one over there, maybe go up top, take a shot. You got 10 minutes left in the game. If you're going to have any hope of getting back in this, you've got to score here. And, you know, we just got to move the ball quickly.
Okay, now they're finally going to count it off. Oh, wait.
Wow,
there's two of them.
Two of them on.
So the first one takes to the 15. Do they add on both? So it's the 7-yard line?
I think we only get one.
Okay, no, he's still counting. Look, he stopped at the 15,
goodness.
And now it's half the distance. So it's going to be the 7.5-yard line.
I don't know that I've ever seen that.
Yeah, wow. So Ashley Regional Medical Center provides the most technologically advanced radiology services in northeastern Utah, including the Hawkeye 4 nuclear medicine machine and 64-slice CT scanner. They've got a location in Vernal and Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Clinic offers full services, lab, x-ray, women's health, including OB services. Ashley Regional Medical Center, and they are a great sponsor of high school sports here on VTV. Absolutely. And let's get back to action.
Tell you what, let's run a slant with Bunderson over there. You just rear it back and throw it over there. You're going to have that guy coming off the edge. Let him run inside a slant and take a shot there.
Yeah, that guy is coming, isn't he? Top of the screen.
He can get position on that guy on the inside.
He's backing off now.
Yeah, he did. They're
taking that away. But look, right there.
Got to throw it.
There's Hunter, and He catches it, but
good catch.
Just a 2-yard gain is all.
Yeah, down to the 5, looks like.
That's okay.
A nice play.
3 plays to get
yardage.
this in.
You know, this is the play. We were down here before against Park City, and we had a couple of runs for losses. I like to see, in this particular situation, run the quarterback to take him on a rollout and give him the option if there's something there to let him run it, but if it's not, let him throw it away, or if you got a receiver, that's fine too. But
it's a man coverage. Look at that.
Oh, man. That looked like he was going to score. I thought for sure he was going to get in on that play, and I don't know if he ran into the defense or the defense just.
Well, look at Bunderson come inside and then Hunter go out. Hunter's open. Look at that.
Look at that.
Well, Hunter cuts it up. If he would have kept going to that pylon,
looked like he
could have
gotten
gotten
to go back to the left. It looked like I thought he was going to score. It looked like he cut it right into the defense.
Scissor cut right there where the outside guy comes in, inside guy goes out. But now it's 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. So they get a couple yards, but still not enough to make us feel all that comfortable, especially with that play right there. Wow, so Seitz, give them some confidence kicking a field goal, or do you go for the touchdown? I mean, 9 minutes, 3rd quarter, they are going for the field goal here. You might as well give Seitz a chance to kick some field goals. It's always hard when you get behind. Some of the last few seasons that Uintah struggled a lot with 1-win seasons the last 2 years. You know, sometimes they go for it when you really should give that kicker some experience.
Sure.
And this is one of those times where they're going to give him some good experience.
You know, and that's a tough, because what do you have, a 1st and goal from the, where were we, the 7, Brian?
Yeah.
And how many times have we seen that with Uintah this year, that we've got down there and it's we cannot get it in.
Well,
and that has absolutely killed us this year. You've got to finish those drives. You've just absolutely trading field goals for touchdowns, and you're right. We need to give the kicker an opportunity. And
he gets it up anyway. Look
how
at
did
that.
Not get blocked?
Nearly blocked.
Must have kicked it under the guy or something.
Yeah, the guy jumped too early. We saw that on the PAT actually earlier in the game.
Yeah.
When they bobbled the snap, the kick didn't happen as quick as Juan Diego thought it was. Look at him jump up and then Seitz kick it.
Yeah.
He just almost doesn't even get blocked.
That guy didn't even get touched. How did he miss the ball? He kicked it behind him, I think.
But it still splits the upright. So 3 points for Uintah, 31-10. Well,
we're back to trading field goals for touchdowns, and you're right. They need an opportunity for the kicker, but man, we've absolutely got to do something different when we get in the red zone, because we're just not we're leaving too many opportunities out.
And this is where a power game. You know,
you're right.
The old Uintah with Doug Harding, one thing he had was the fullback dives with an I formation. And especially Rip and Liz is what Doug called it, where you have the 2 fullbacks and the single running back. And it was, you have your stud linebackers going in there ready to knock people out, or your defensive linemen in there just trying to create some holes. Sometimes when you can hand the ball off just a half or a yard back in the backfield, you're giving yourself a lot more room to get some yards. But if you're getting it in the shotgun 5-6 yards back and trying to do some fancy stuff and play the different holes in the blocking schemes, you know what? They send 8 guys. You're pretty much up a creek.
Well, and that's one reason why I've always been a favor of rolling the quarterback out with a couple of receivers going out and giving him an option that he can either run it or he can throw it or throw it away if there's nothing open. And it just gives options. It makes the defense have to play all 3 of those options, and as opposed to some of the other plays that. So hopefully we can watch some film and come up with some better things to get the ball in the end zone.
Okay, 10-yard line, and he's not touched. He is not touched. Come on, Seitz. Seitz at the 35-yard line does not catch up to him. And a touchdown return on the kickoff for Juan Diego. Is that 38? Number 38. Nope, there is no 38 on my roster. Who is that? Look for the number.
And watch, it all starts with a line drive kick.
Is it 18? Looks like it's 18, Alexander Hoffman.
And he made up his mind right away where he was going. And
it is 38. I've got no 38.
Not even touched. Just couldn't do anything about it.
Not even touched until Seitz.
Yeah, Seitz was really the only guy that even touched him.
32, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I thought
32.
It was an 8. Cameron Hansen, running back for Juan Diego. So, wow, field goal, give up a touchdown, 37-10.
There we go back for trading touchdown for field goals.
Hey, an onside. You can always guess after the fact.
We're the best armchair quarterbacks, aren't we?
Onside kick it. There's an interesting concept that's out there with a few coaches. Some people look down on these coaches a lot, but there's some coaches who refuse to ever punt. and who will always onside kick it, because they figure the chances of getting that ball are so much better, or the chances of converting a fourth down is better than having to put your defense out there.
Sure.
And so there are some coaches who always do that. And honestly, if I play video games, if I'm playing, say, Xbox Live on a college game or something, I always go for it. If it's a manageable fourth down, I will only punt if it's 4th and 15
Absolutely.
or something. But if it's a manageable fourth down, I will always go for it. And I always say, some people think I'm a bad sportsman, but I will always onside kick it.
Yep.
And I figure if I get it 1 out of 5 times, that's 1 out of 5 times I get the ball back that I would never have gotten it before.
Sure. No, it's tough, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of different philosophies out there, a lot of different situations that you can run, and I'll tell you what, we're all armchair quarterbacks and second guessers, and I'll tell you what, it's a tough deal, and you're trying to, obviously the coaches are trying to do the very best they can, and I totally respect that.
And I hate to come across like I'm criticizing.
No, I'm not taking it that way at all. No.
It's just easy to sit here and say, wow, we could do it different, Hey, here's the upcoming schedule for football coverage. Next week, Ben Lomond at Uintah. Is that a Thursday night game?
It is a Thursday night game, homecoming for us, and man, we're excited. That ought to be a great game and opportunity for us to win. You look at our region, and obviously Juan Diego, and as we get ready for this kickoff, and Stansbury are really the elite teams, and I think Bear River's a really good team. But let's see.
All right, on the right side, and he's cutting it back. There you go. But look at that closing speed on Juan Diego right there, 21. Ooh, he scrapes that tackle, and he gets 5 more yards.
Did a nice job.
34. I'll tell you what, doing real good was Aiden Majana or something like Adan Majana.
Yeah, he had. But, you talk about our region, and really, Juan Diego and Stansbury, and then the other 5 teams are really pretty well, they're very competitive teams with each other. You've got Park City, Uintah, Tooele, Ben Lomond, Bear River has got a good team, but, Uintah's really improved. We've made a lot of strides and very competitive with some of those other teams. And so, yeah, these games are tough, but they're all learning experiences too, and hopefully we get better.
Oh, yeah. Well, Uintah's getting 3 yards on that first down. Carry right there, just a simple dive off of that shotgun formation. 38-10 is the score, though. You see the linebackers aren't quite as aggressive right there. They're kind of hanging back because they figure Uintah's going to sit back and throw it.
Yeah.
So they're right now they're going to give up the 3-4 yards a pop just so they don't give up the 15 yards a pop.
And at this situation, Brian, what are we for Uintah? This is our 6th game. We've got 3 games left, and at this point you just hope to obviously the game's out of hand, but you don't want to get any of your main players hurt. You want to make sure that you got everybody coming back for Ben Lomond, and we still got a game on the road at Tooele, and then we go finish up at Bear River. So
just a dive right here, a 4-yard loss, tackle in the backfield.
Yeah.
So a 3rd and 10 now.
Went back to the well too often there.
Yeah, 2-yard loss, 3rd and 8. And let's check the clock. 7 minutes remaining, 4th quarter.
You can see Park City's safeties. They're just guarding the 45-yard line, and then they come up there. And
Kunis keeps it.
Oh,
First
nice
down
play.
yardage, more.
Nice play. That's a good play for Uintah. Didn't have to throw the ball and risk getting sacked or hurt, and that was a nice play by Kunis.
And here comes Uintah hurrying up and getting set. Look at that pulling guard. Really, Kunis kind of actually feels where that guard came from.
He did. He went right up the hole, didn't he?
Well, some defensive linemen are taught to follow the pulling guard, and so that kind of creates a hole. So if you take advantage of it the proper way, you can fill that hole with the quarterback with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now it looks like some dirty towels out there, but they're trying to do what they can to keep the ball in good condition.
The snow's quit falling. Now it's just wet and cold.
Yeah. Once again, we're judging by our cameraman right in front of us. He's outside. We're behind the window. He was, again, covered in snow, and now it's all melted.
It almost makes you feel guilty, but not quite.
Yeah. No. I'm wearing long sleeves, but he came in a nice winter coat. Doubles. Kunis gives it up the middle, and now he's bouncing it out. Oh, yeah.
Like Tyson to even get away and get what yardage he did.
1 yard.
The guy staring him right in the eyes as soon as he got the ball.
6:14, clock's running.
Well, it'd be nice if Uintah could put a drive together.
Oh, look at that penetration in the backfield. He's just hanging on the jersey, man.
And look at him. He never gave up. He just continued to follow that play, and he eventually made the tackle. That was great hustle on his part.
And his name, we've mentioned him a lot, but never his name. Michael Tuiolosega Siafanua.
That's probably why we haven't mentioned him.
Well, when you have 3 names and 2 of them are Polynesian long names, then you're thinking, wow. But a sweep to the right.
Oh, nice block.
Oh, man, they
nice
just
block,
are
but
so
look how
good.
good they close.
They are so good.
I'll tell you what, that is a tough. I hope Bunderson's okay on that. He got slammed pretty hard in the turf there.
All right, so it's a 3rd and same, 9 yards.
Probably ought to take him out for a play.
Watch this. I mean, they go to the outside. You just don't get these seal blocks right there.
You don't.
Right there,
and look how quickly the guy comes up. I mean, he's just talk about a shark going after a piece of meat.
But if you get that seal block on that backer, then the guy who's coming up, he really, you could juke him.
Well,
when you've got 2 people coming after you, really can't make a move.
It's like you said earlier. You watch how well they get off the blocks, and they're just obviously great athletes, but very well coached too to do that. And they just make plays. And here we are, 3rd and 9 again. Kunis was able to run for the last first down. He's got to get it out quick, and he had him, and he just didn't pull the trigger.
4th down.
You got 2.5 seconds there, and man, if you don't let it go, it's all over. There's just no time. You look here on the replay, Brian. He's got him right here, and about that time the pocket collapsed, and he just didn't have time to get the ball out. I think it was Jerry Bettis, number 5, that he had open over there.
Post on the outside route and an out on the inside route, and the defense actually switched, and that out route was open just momentarily.
It was
on that defensive switch. L&L Motor, the people you know, people who care. Become their fan and like L&L on Facebook and be entered to win their drawings. Go to llmotor.com. That's llmotor.com for coupons and daily specials. A great sponsor of VTV coverage of high school sports. Sights back to punt. Fumbled snap again, and it's a low kick. And see if it can hit. Oh, hit him.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. If we could have directed to push the guy into the ball or something. But, that's pretty tough.
Well, a net punt of about 25 yards.
Yeah.
Watch this punt. First of all, it's a fumbled snap. Boom, right there.
Second time he's had
and then he gets it away quick. It's low, but you wonder, oh, shoot, it could have hit that guy, but it didn't.
I think Bunderson was trying to help it over there, bounce it off him, but
yeah. Well, to no avail. So 4:44, and for the most part, if Juan Diego can get a few first downs here, just look for them to run it and run this clock out. And maybe, if they score, they score, but they're going to try to chip away at 5 yards a pop. So watch these dives right there. That's a little misdirection dive, but it's still 5 yards.
Fumble, we got it. Yep, we got the ball back. Looks like, was it Tragan Daniels that got it?
I don't know. Are they going to call him down? I don't see a signal.
I haven't either.
They're going to call him down. Let's see what the replay says.
Well, if they call him down, they got to move the ball back.
Yeah, they are. They give him the 5 yards, and it looks like he was down. Here's the dive, a little spin, and then a straightforward dive right there.
Oh yeah,
and
he looked like he was down. Yep, he was.
So 5 yards. So 2nd and 5, and the clock runs. 4:15. And once again, pro set. This is the set they've been on all day. Maybe a couple motions or whatnot.
They kind of came out. It was interesting.
Oh, there it is. There's the fumble we were looking for.
We got that one.
Good job. Now it's now
Uintah Neely got that one, and
that's the 2nd fumble recovery today.
Yeah.
So watch this, just the elements, but it's too late, man, for these elements to make a big difference in this game now.
Quarterback and the running back never quite got together on that one.
Hey, pro football, he could get up and run.
Yeah.
So the offense takes the field for the Utes, 40-yard line. They've got 40 yards to score. And, these are points that you need for your
see if they cheat the safety over Bunderson and Hunter Conley over there. Yeah, it looks like they've got can't tell if it's 10 or 13 lined up over there. It looks like he's coming up on Conley. Maybe take a shot here.
Well, he is coming. Look at that.
Yep, he was. They're just running. What do they got, 7, 8 guys up there?
This is just dial up a random blitz package. You get the pick-me app like they create for teachers picking on students in class. You just say, okay, you are going to blitz this time.
You've got to run somebody in the middle here where you've got an opening and just
yeah.
That's the only chance you got, or you got to get it to the outside quickly because they're just going to eat you up.
And this defense, the look they originally give you when the defense is first set is not the look that you're going to get.
You're exactly right, and they'll show one thing and then do something back out of it, or
and that's
maybe
hard when you're running an up-tempo offense where it's the quarterback reading the defense. Look, they're uptight on the quarterbacks. Now one of the
look at him now.
Look at the backers starting to inch forward. Now he's backing up. Now he's inching forward. Now he's backing up.
Yep, here they come.
So that's going through the middle. Oh, shoestring tackle.
He did, and that's one of those, as we talked about earlier, you put 7, 8 guys in the box, and if he makes it through the initial wave, he's just got to beat the safety. And, man, Tryson Colton almost broke that
Watch this shoestring right there.
Yep, with a 55, that guy, I couldn't tell.
I don't know, but he had at least 5, 7 more yards if he didn't get that shoestring tackle.
Yep. Yeah, he was going to be juking somebody in the secondary.
So 3rd and 8, doubles. Braxton back, just a straight drop. Oh, he had the swing pass, but he didn't do it. Now he throws it away. Well, they're going to go for it. This is the in-between land anyway. Not to mention they're down 28 points, but this is the in-between land where it's too close. Look at this. He has the swing pass 10 to the left, but watch. Oh, man, that's great coverage right there. And Kunis at least doesn't throw the pick. He doesn't sit there and just throw it blindly.
Yeah.
So he recognized that and he threw it away. But this is 4th and 8 and too far for a field goal, too close to punt. And even if they give it up, Juan Diego still has a 62-yard field. And they'll probably run out the clock if they get this ball back anyway.
At this point with 2:32 left.
Moon Lake Electric in operation since 1938, owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned, and they're a great sponsor of VTV Sports. Kunis in the shotgun, doubles, pistol formation.
Throw it.
And there you go. Oh, that's a great play for 4th down.
Yep.
Past the markers, and he's got more. He's inside the red zone, inside the 15.
Good job, Hunt. Let's see. That was
Brickman.
Yep.
Brickman Williams, number 4.
Nice job. Nice play. Oh.
There you go. The Utes.
I didn't see. Maybe we can see it on the replay. It looks like they nailed Kunis.
Yeah, you can see kind of. Oh no.
We kind of lost.
That's not Kunis on the ground. That's Kunis is walking around.
I'm not sure who that was. I was looking downfield and didn't see who we had.
I don't see a number. 54.
Is that Caden Burchell?
Caleb Burchell.
Caleb, excuse me.
Looks like a leg injury.
Oh man.
Let's take a break.
As we talked.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey, and VTV.
Tired of fast food type financial planning, benefits, and insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we have specialized teams for financial planning, retirement plans, health benefits, and insurance. That's why we're the big city firm of firms for your local and professional needs.
Welcome back. There's actually injuries on both sides of the ball. We've got 54 for Uintah. That's Caleb Burchell, and 71 for we don't have a number for 71 here.
And he's played a great game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that guy, I think he's an outside linebacker, but he's cheated up in there a couple of times and made some great tackles. He was one of those that he's either a defensive end or an outside linebacker. I'm not sure, but you know, as we talked earlier, Brian, this is where you just hate to lose anybody at this point going forward, but hopefully going to be okay. Well, let's
watch Connolly here. See what he does.
Can get it
1st and 10. Connolly's there to block, so he's just got a couple of receivers out. And now he's throwing to the end zone. Touchdown!
Nice play.
Touchdown, Utes.
Man, that was a great catch by Brickman. He had to come back on that.
Watch this replay. Boy, he stabs this thing out of the air. For as slick as the ball is,
he went right.
He stabs this out of the air.
He came back and just took it. He had 2 receivers down there.
Nice throw. A little roll by getting some more time. And look at this throw. Just stabbing it right there on the corner, and he stays in.
Play by
awesome.
Brickman Williams.
Good job.
Well, that's a good way to finish.
Yes. Well, hey, Adam, there's still 2 minutes and 9 seconds left.
Well, let's just not let him run the kickback this time.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, it's going to be an onside, obviously, this time around.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, you're going to get that onside this time.
Yes. And I don't like the type of the onside where they have 2 kickers and they try to fake you out.
Oh, yeah.
I love
get the
it.
hands people up there.
Even though you can't do this in the pros anymore because they have all the rules against it. I love it when you just line up all 10 guys on one side of the field and maybe have 1 safety back, maybe 9 guys, 1 safety, and you just try to hop it up high.
Whoa.
That didn't work.
Juan Diego got there before the ball did. I'm not sure what was going on there.
The lineman moved, but the ball didn't. So it may be a penalty on either side. Yep, so a penalty on the Utes. Looks like a couple linemen Oh, he faked it. He faked the snap, which you can't do.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He double clutch it or
yeah,
something?
he did. He faked it through.
It's like, oh, I'm high. Well, no, I'm not.
38-16. So this is for the PAT from Sites. Hey, Pilot Logistics, Western Petroleum may have a new name. They are not Western Petroleum anymore. They're Pilot Logistics, but they are still the same great company you can rely on. Pilot Logistics, a great sponsor of BTV's.
I was going to say, man, you guys have got some fantastic sponsors as you've been going through those tonight. They're all everybody that's involved in the community and sponsors a lot of things. And
they're long-term sponsors. They've a lot of them have been here since day one, since I've begun doing these broadcasts.
A lot of community support. That's great.
All right, so they're going to set it back 25-yard PAT.
We'll give Spencer a little. Man,
there it goes again. What is their deal?
That was a great job of getting that down. Well, we'll just keep backing him up. He'll have a 40-yard kick here in a minute.
This looks like the old Wednesday night practices, the final tune-up when you have the field goal from the right hash, the left hash, the middle, move it back 5 yards.
He's going to get about 3 kicks on this particular one.
Well, and he's made both so far.
Hey,
no, the first one was not
I'll
even
tell you what,
kicked, but
the holder there, Brendan Ryan has done a fantastic job of getting the ball down for him.
All right, let's try it again. A 30-yard PAT now. Sights to kick. Looks like the full block is on the left side. Look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
Did they fail on that one again, too?
Yeah, it rolled between his legs that time.
Oh, man. Well, the elements.
It just wasn't meant to be, right?
No, it wasn't. The elements are coming into play, definitely. Hey, Moon Lake Electric in operation since 1938, owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned. All right, Adam, we need a player of the game for Uintah because they are going to receive 2 tickets to the Bluebell Corn Maze.
Oh,
so
wow.
we need the Bluebell Corn Maze player of the game.
I'll tell you what.
That last touchdown right there, I think.
That was a great play. He really did. I was going to say Hunter Conley's played well, but I'll tell you what, I'd be happy to go with Brickman because that was a fantastic play.
And we've called his name not through the whole game, but especially later in the game.
He's made a couple of good catches. Yeah, he has. He's played very well.
Okay, so
I don't know that we could find a defensive player of the game.
No, well,
but an offensive
we've
player
had a
would be great.
pick, and we've had 2 fumble recoveries by Visamili.
I wouldn't want to try to stop this Juan Diego team. Actually, looking at the scores on when I looked Juan Diego up today, and what they've 56, 60 points that they've laid on some good teams. For Uintah to give up 38, let's hope we don't give up any more. Yeah. And even get 16 where we are is not bad.
Okay, Juan Diego's moved up. They've got. I
think they're thinking an
9
onside
guys
kick too, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got 9 guys within 20 yards.
This
watch
is
a little
sometimes
right
one of
here.
those little pooch kicks about just over. Oh, nice onside kick.
That's
a
perfect.
Great play.
Look at that. Look at that.
Was a great,
come on, hop on it.
We got it.
They got it.
Yep.
Looks
I
like
can't
you
see
wanted
his
to
number,
get it.
but we got it.
Yes, you did. Okay, we're still in business, Adam.
Nice.
All right, 38-16 now.
Number 88 got it. I'm not sure. Let's see who that is. That was a great play. Good job. That's good practice for later on down the road.
Gage Sepulveda. Yep. All right, we'd like to thank the Uintah High School administration and coaching staff for their coordination and helping us make this coverage possible. Once again, we will be here again next Thursday, and then the next day, so October 10th, we're here. October 11th, we are at Altamont. A great onside recovery. You just saw
that was a fantastic. That was a great onside kick. That bounce, that was perfect.
We've got 4 games remaining this season, 2 at Altamont, 1 here at Uintah, and I believe another one at Duchesne. Once again, they're losing 5 yards. When the handoff happens so far deep in the backfield, unless you've got everything going, it's really easy.
Yeah,
all right, Monticello at Duchesne, October 16th. That's a Wednesday night game. And then we're back on Friday night, Duchesne, Altamont, October 25th. And I'll tell you what.
That Duchesne is unbelievable, aren't they? Those guys are just a steamroller there.
I got to cover Duchesne for the radio last year in that championship game, and I'll tell you what. I almost want to move to Duchesne and have my kids play to Duchesne just because of the tradition there.
They have really built up a program. They've got the state record now. I think it was Tempview. I can't remember. I think it was Tempview that.
Nice play.
Oh, that was a tough catch.
Is that your boy?
Yeah, it was. I'll say he should have caught it.
Patrick Massey. Yeah, Brian Baldwin, Adam Massey, your announcers today. We'd like to thank camera operators out there in the cold, Danny McKenna, Kylie Moore, Devin Allred, and graphics by David Ryan.
Looked like he got held a little bit before the ball got there. I'll chew him out tonight.
Of course,
he knows if it hits him in the hands, he better catch it. So
yeah, audio and instant replay, Tyler Rasmussen. He's been doing a great job. Network engineer, live stream, Brent Simmons, and director producer Dale Allred. We've still got a minute 23 left in this game, but we appreciate the guys behind the scenes that you don't get to hear from, you don't get to see. And on 3rd and 13, it's going to be a 4th down now, as they just basically hand off a dive in the middle of a pile.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Brian, if people haven't seen the new Strata, I'll call it the Webmobile. I don't know what they call it. The official name. That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's all decked out with their trailer, with all their communication system. And I'll tell you what, they've made a huge investment in the basin and the communities out here to be able to provide the coverage for the so many different sporting events as well as other things that go on. And we really appreciate what they've done. And I'll tell you, you can't miss that vehicle going down the road. They got it wrapped, and it looks they've made great strides with that, and plus it's nice and warm. I went down there and got inside for about 5 minutes at halftime. So.
Oh, did you? Well, and this game is going to be rebroadcast a few times on Channel 6 and 706 high definition. They do have a YouTube channel and access to archives for later on. If you do want a copy, DVD and Blu-ray copies of tonight's game are available. You've got to go to www.vtvchannel6.com. or call during business hours 781-1902. That's 781-1902. So those of you on the Juan Diego side watching from Salt Lake City, you're welcome to call 435-781-1902 and order your copy of this game today. This has been a good game. Uintah hasn't rolled over and died.
No, they haven't. And, the kids haven't given up. And we still got 3 more games to play, and we can still have a successful season. I mean, we've won 2 games. It's 1 more game than we won last year.
Or the year before.
You're seeing improvement in the team. And, to come out here, and I think in the past, last year you look at Stansbury rolled us 51-0 the first game of the year.
Yeah.
Juan Diego hammered us, and we're competitive. We're able to, like I said earlier, we can compete with the other teams in our division. Obviously, Juan Diego and Stansbury are the cream of the crop, and those guys are going to. I'll tell you, they've got a huge game coming up between Juan Diego and Stansbury here in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be a great game to determine who wins this region.
Okay, 4th and 13. Cunis. Let's see if we can get our player. He's going to punt it. That's a good move. But watch this. Watch. Is it going to hit anybody? Oh, no. That's where the receivers got to run their cornerbacks who aren't expecting it right there into the ball.
Business card.
Don't. All right, so player of the game for Uintah, as Juan Diego's probably going to kneel this down. Brickman Williams, a senior wide receiver, making a great catch in the corner of the end zone to score the last touchdown for Uintah. And Uintah losing tonight. If the score stands 38-16, they've got a timeout, but if Juan Diego's going to kneel it here, so this will be the game. Once again, we are back here next Thursday night. And who's here, Adam, next Thursday?
Let's see. We've got Ben Loman.
Ben Loman. That's right. Ben Loman's here next Thursday night, homecoming night for the Uintah Utes.
Hopefully we're going to have better weather. It's going to be warmer.
You know what? Football's meant to be played in this stuff.
We can say that because we've been inside all night.
Well, if Mark and Brian are back next week, you bet I'm back on the sideline.
Yeah, you might ask Devin out there. He might have a little different feeling.
I'll be down there with the camera guys on the sideline next week.
Well, hey, the Utes came and they competed and they played hard, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. They can't. No reason to hang their heads. This team continues to improve. Cody Reitzel, the coaching staff, has got them on the right track, and they just continue to get better, and they continue to work hard. And we were down a man tonight. We didn't have our all-star middle linebacker. The other guys stepped up, and I'll tell you what, this is a tough assignment when you're playing Juan Diego.
Yeah, it is, and we've watched. I've watched on some of the TV stations out of Salt Lake the tournament games from the last few years, and the last-second field goals, the last-second touchdown catches that won Juan Diego. Literally, all 3 of those championships were won on the last play of the game.
They were
against the same team.
I know. Isn't that amazing, though?
Isn't that would be awful?
And it was right at the very end, and one was a long pass that they threw. I mean, there's just Yeah, it's tough. That's just how close it is every year. But they've got a great team and a great school out there, so we wish them the best of luck the rest of the way.
Well, thank you for watching tonight live on the web at strata.tv. Remember, all our games are live, but you'll see replays on Channel 6 and 706, also archived at vtvchannel6.com. So once again, for the VTV crew, thank you guys for bearing with us in the cold, and you guys down in the truck as well for staying warm. We're kind of the in-betweeners up here, but we also got to have fun.
Brian, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you tonight, and maybe we can do it again sometime.
Okay, sounds good. For Adam Massey, I'm Brian Baldwin. Have a great night.
VTV Channel 6 and Strata Networks present live high school football coverage in high definition. Made possible by Ashley Regional, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics Services, and the Advisor Group.